television, spoon, Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you ain't know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep on graduate, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon Skidibidi-dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kudileo. Todo spoon. Yes, what you information. Todo spoon. Yes, what you Batileo. Spoon television. Yes, what you Batileo.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Man. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of my discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you ain't know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, information. To the spoon to be part of my discussion. Spoon.
Well, folks,
Spoon.
welcome to another edition of the biggest thing that takes place on your radio, TV.
I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia.
It takes place online. at about this time.
I'm gonna tell you what is happening.
Spoon Talk.
Yeah.
We are live on Spoon 107.5 FM.
Africa.
And the Spoon TV as well. Fabric 101.1 FM. Fabric TV, Super 95.5 FM. Super TV Channel 10.
News update, my brother to Spoon. You want to?
We are also live on YouTube. Welcome to the program. My name is Aaron Kuban. I'm your sound producer. Let me now cross over to the entire team, the CEO, Dr. Richard Smith, and my very good friend James Goodey. Welcome.
Hey Aaron, how you doing? Hi James, how are you?
I'm fine.
Hi Santa, how are you?
How you doing, Dr. Richard? Aaron, you just can't remember the radio stations, their name. You gotta read it. You gotta look on paper to call the radio station name. Aaron, wow.
No, but
you gotta look on paper to call Fabric, Super, Spoon TV. Man, Aaron, man.
No, that's part of my training. What I do usually, if I can read my intro. So whenever I get on the radio, I make my intro. Yeah, so I always, read my intro. So whenever I get on the radio, it'll be usual. You always, yeah.
Okay. Aaron Kuban. Aaron, I heard that James took his car and gave it to someone else instead of leaving you with that car. Is that true? He left the car in someone else's care.
But the thing about it, I have the keys. I have the keys to the car, so I don't know how he did it. I don't know where the car is, but I have the key.
Oh, Aaron, how you get a car? You get a key, but you don't know where the car is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm the car store and give me the key to keep it.
Oh, wait. So the man parked the car unknown to you, and he just said, hold on to the keys.
Yeah. So he said he would tell me where the car is. So.
When?
Yeah, he would tell me. Maybe he went to start school. Maybe he takes his quest. Maybe he midterm.
You don't want to be sure he's not returning to Liberia. You want to be 100% sure.
When he takes his midterm, then you would show me where the car is.
Don't mind, Aaron.
Aaron,
you won't put me in a situation I can't handle it.
This guy from Feasible for real. The man look like somebody that I know they call Emmanuel caught you. You won't be surely, kitty, show. That is settled before they get even trying. So you just moving around with the key, showing the key to folks here and there, but
you do it at the here, you be shaky.
Our phone and car keys are the two things that hardly fit in pockets. Most people, even though they are small, but people don't put it in their pockets, in their bags. They always want to show up. So when I go around, sometimes I want to ask someone.
Let me see your iPhone, Aaron.
Yeah, I got one. I got one of the iPhones.
If you can flash it,
you can put it in your pocket.
No, but I'll put it in my pocket. They see this. I can put the iPhone in my pocket. Anytime you have iPhone and car keys, you don't put it in your pocket.
Oh yeah.
I can put my in my pocket.
Yeah. I don't put mine in my pocket. Just so I can be careful with it.
But what's the thing about iPhone? Because for me, I do not have an iPhone. I have a Samsung. What's the thing about iPhone though?
Maybe you love Samsung. Or maybe it's about the very first time you started using smartphone, the first phone you used was Samsung.
No, let me take it back. Let me take it back. Let me hold on 1 minute. Hold on. I gotta correct myself. Yeah, let me correct myself.
So maybe you have another phone.
Now the same thing happened to me, Aaron. When I started using, GSM companies, it was orange. So
okay, I take it back. I got two iPhones.
I
take it back. I got two iPhones, but I really don't use them though. I just use them to listen.
The thing about it, I've not really assessed, the phone, because let me just say that the CEO took me from iPhone 0 to iPhone 13 James. So I'm not
You're not
So
used to
I'm
it.
not really okra.
Which iPhone they call
Yeah,
iPhone Zero?
Meaning
You
I
mean
didn't
you're
have
not
anything,
having iPhone?
anything they have. So I left from iPhone 0 to iPhone 13. So I still assessing it. Yeah,
Yeah, but I
to know
think
how is
I
it. But
think I
it's good.
think Aaron, the
Quality
best
everything.
thing. I think the best phone is the iPhone. It's a Samsung. I like Samsung. iPhone too complicated for me. Yeah, they are. But let's greet Teresa Yuma. Teresa Yuma. I'm not gonna call the last name because I don't know. She didn't tell me that she was getting married. That's my sister from our nursing school days, Teresa Yuma. But I'm gonna keep away from the last name. Vera Wallace. Dr. Richardson, who are saying the back and her audio just coming in. Vera, welcome. Mose Morgan. Ah, man. Kev Hassan is on the show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to bring in our brother, Honorable Kev Ahmed Hassan. Honorable Hassan, how you doing?
Not bad. How you guys doing?
Go manning us. Dr. Richardson, your location has changed. Are you on a COVID restriction? Are you changing your location?
No, I'm actually on vacation with my family.
Vacation. Wow. There you go. Dr. Richardson taking vacation. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor in the house has decided to take vacation. Where is push up on a push toe? Where is he?
Who, Punchito?
Punchy toe, where is he?
Who you ask? Who you calling Punchito?
Abraham.
How you know Abraham? Abraham gonna hurt you when you see him. You'll get physical pain.
Someone told me today, they say, oh, CEO, Ponchito is my cousin. I said, who you call Ponchito? He said, Dr. Richardson husband. I said, seriously? I didn't hear the name at first. I said, can you call the name again? He said, Ponchito. I said, thank you. He said, oh, I forgot, CEO. Please don't announce his name. I said, you're too late.
Too late. Too late. Punchito in the
So
room.
we want to say hi to Ponchito. Kev, the man named Ponchito.
You are?
His name, Ponchito. That's the man name. Abraham name.
We call him man name.
Yeah.
Oh, Abraham Ponchito Richardson.
Russell, Winfrey Russell is here, start over here, right?
Oh, who told you say it was Winifred? It wasn't Winifred.
I know it's Winfrey Russell because I'm the only cousin of Abraham that you spoke to.
Oh man!
But Abraham is actually watching soccer in the other room. He's a Barcelona fan. I think that's the name of the team. The team, Kev.
Good day. How much are you leading on Barcelona?
Yeah, what's the score? I'm not hearing you, good day.
I'm on a show. No way to watch again.
Oh, that was Abraham too. He watching the game.
The last time I saw it was 2-0. So I don't know what's his score now.
They were leading Barcelona.
It was 2-0 against Barcelona.
Yes.
And Mane score?
Mane score in the 10th minute. And then
I'm not watching the game.
I mean, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this soccer team.
So they say
who they play? Who they play? Who are they playing?
It's Bayern Munich. Or is it Bayern Munich? Yeah, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know about the football team, but leave me alone.
Oh, I see what, because James was on social media the morning. Yes, talking on the game. Now he quiet.
Yeah, James said that Yeke should bet. He wanted Yeke to bet.
Yeke said that balance point again. Yeke called me. He said I almost won about 5,000, but Barcelona scored my game. Then he went on Capital Hill. He go see on TV again.
Abraham just chilling. He lay on the couch. He drinking something.
Game.
I don't know. He's drinking, watching the
what
game.
team is supporting Barcelona?
Yeah,
Abraham.
that was. Yeah, Barcelona. I don't know anything about your team.
Let me say something to you. Let me say something to you.
Please, even let one go in, please. Why Abraham? Every team is supported beating them.
That's what I'm about to say. They pay Spurs Steelers, they whip them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm about to say.
Okay, good. Everything they put in there. Why?
So everyone is supporting ANC. There will be ANC too.
You crazy.
Everything the man supporting they put in there.
You crazy.
If you said I think ANC will push Abraham out, though, they will not keep him.
Kev, they didn't say that. You don't want to say in the center. You don't want. You don't want to say in the center.
The decontinue not working?
No, Abraham is not praying too hard. But tonight we're going to be having Victor Hogstrom as our guest panelist tonight.
That's right. I can't stand it.
And we just can't wait to have a very, very good conversation with Victor Hogstrom. I would say to everyone listening to us, man, it's a quiet day. I'm just cool, and I hope we can just have this program peacefully. We shouldn't talk about Ponchito. We shouldn't talk about Barcelona. We shouldn't talk about any football team. But Kev, what you say, seriously, I'm concerned that you know the song, everywhere he went, he was doing good. He's a mighty healer. He can install leper. When the people saw him, they started walking. Everywhere he went, my Lord was doing good. So it's still with Abraham. Everywhere Abraham went, it's a losing mark.
You believe in this thing that the names you gave your children, your people, follow you. The man is punching bag or something. So they keep punching him everywhere he go. Keep punching him. So the man support Barcelona, they punch him. Steelers, they punching. ANC, that's the biggest.
I got a breaking news, Kev, not to cut you off. Charlene Bronskin says she's running in district number 3. It's not a breaking news. She's on an analyst newspaper, district number 3, Grand Bassa County. But what is interesting, Kev, is that she's saying that she's part of the Musability Liberty Party. I am shocked, Kev. I know we're gonna have Mr. Victor Hogstrom, but Charlene Bronskin, the daughter of Charles Walker Bronskin, the late councillor, she's saying that she's running in Grand Bassa County, district number 3, but she's running on the CPP Liberty Party ticket. What happened with Yombly Liberty Party? What's happened with the other Liberty Party? Charlene Bronsky, there's something, I don't want to talk about her though, because she promised to come with spoon and I don't know what's happening. But seriously, it is important for us to understand. Charlene Bronsky, can you put it up, good day? She's saying that she's running on CPP Liberty Party, Musability Party. I know, let's do a little quick 30 seconds discussion on it, and we'll bring in Victor, because Victor is in the back. We'll bring him on. Oh, well, I mean, what do you think? This is a blow, though, to Yombly Liberty Party and some other folks.
No, CEO, it's not a blow to Yombly and them. It's not a blow to anybody, because there is no Yombly Liberty Party. How would be a blow that you don't own it? You're not the Liberty Party. You're not leader of Liberty Party. What? Not Charlene. Remember, this lady is a lawyer. She know the law. She following the law. There's only one Liberty Party, which is the Liberty Party of. But according to the law, the Liberty Party that we know, with
the daughter of
because she
Charles Walker Bronsky. We're gonna put her letter up for us to read. She said her mother, her children, her brothers and sister, her fiance. She said every one of them agreed that she should run Grand Bassa District number 3 as a representative. She will be running in Grand Bassa. But this is important. She's the daughter of Councillor Charles Walker Bronsky. And she have taken side that I am running on the Liberty Party CPP ticket. This is big. Say what you want to say. The entire Bronskin family have taken side. What I said to you, if the entire Bronskin family have agreed to take side with Musa Ability and the CPP, with Wade Power and the CPP, Martin Collard and the CPP, folks were saying, Charlene, where are you in this fight? Now she have drawn a red line. And Dr. Richardson, can you say something before I bring in our guest panelist for tonight, Victor Hogstrom? Can you say something, please?
As you know, I read the letter. It appears to me that Charlene is going by the rulings of NEC and to some extent the Supreme Court. And if she believes in the law seems to have favored the idea of being of one unity party. I mean, one Liberty Party. I'm sorry, that is led by Hassan Bilali, and that's what is happening right now in the country. Anyone, she's a lawyer. If you respect the law of Liberia, the practices at this moment of Liberia, that's what has been happening. It has said there's one the NEC recognized one Liberty Party. The Supreme Court also recognized one Liberty Party. So this is where we stand. So I wonder if those rulings or those practices influence her decision to get the blessing or either to inform Hassan Ability Liberty Party about her desire to run, her intent to run.
My thing is that I agree with you. We're going to be bringing in Victor Hogstrom. I know probably he's been following this story, and I will be bringing in Chairman Ben Senvi. Then we're going to hear from Chairman. Let's welcome our guest panelists for tonight. Victor, how you doing, sir? How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me back.
You're always welcome. You are always welcome. It's good to have you as a guest panelist, because what happening tonight is that we have Dr. Francine Chinua Richardson, Kev Hassan, former chairman, Liberty Party, Benjamin Senvi. We're going to be having some very, very interesting discussion on national issue. As always, it's good to have you, and we hope your contribution tonight will be meaningful and very welcoming by the our Liberian people. Chairman, Victor, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I need a little more audio, please, if you don't mind.
Thank you. Nelson, please. Chairman, where we left our chairman, Charlene Bronsky, the daughter of councilor, is running in district number 3, Grand Bassa County. So, Chairman, talk to me, man. This is something shocking. She and her entire family have taken side, and they have taken the Musa Ability Liberty Party side. Talk to us, Chairman.
Well, it's good to see you guys, and it's good to see Mr. Hogstrom. And Kev, I didn't hear from you today. I don't know why. I miss talking to you, just for the record. But let me say this. First of all, it's look, there's nothing shocking here. I think I got a chance to speak with Charlene all through this wahala that was going on within the party, and I say was because in my mind it's over with. This is not about people's personalities, or this is not about people's egos. This is about the rule of law. Political institutions are bigger than individuals. I think that is what we were taught. Councillor Bromskin, I think, would have done. When I spoke with her, one of the things she said to me, she said, look, my decision is driven by the principles in which my father brought me up with, right? This is not about who is right or who is wrong. This is about what is right. And one of the things that I know he always used to say is that learn to stand for the right thing, even if it seems to be unpopular in the moment, even if you're going to stand alone. And this is not a situation of whether she's even standing alone. The bottom line here is there is one Liberty Party. According to the laws of Liberia, when you go to the National Elections Commission, which is the regulator of political parties, the National Elections Commission recognizes Musa Bility as the national chair of the Liberty Party. And the National Election Commission is very clear. The Liberty Party is currently in a collaboration with the ANC, comprising of the CPP. Now, there are other partisans, some of them former partisans, who feel that Liberty Party is their property. That is not the case. And I think what she did today was her statement didn't say, "Oh, I'm joining Musa politicals, I'm joining Musa." Her statement, all she did was she wrote, which is what candidates. You remember the CPP put out information sheet saying everybody who are members of constituent parties within the CPP that want to run for office should apply to run for office. And that's all Charlene did. Charlene is a member of the Liberty Party. She wants to run in District 3. She decided to put in her application. That's pretty much what it is. She didn't pick no side. She didn't say they put the person wrong.
Okay, Chairman. We're going to disagree with you, Chairman. But it's okay.
In which way?
You're the former chairman for Liberty Party, so you now serve as chairman on the advisory committee.
Yeah.
Now let me bring in Victor. I don't know how far you have gone with this Liberty Party situation, and sorry to bring you in, but you talk to us how well you know Councillor Charles Bronski, founder and former standard bearer of Liberty Party.
Well, I knew him a little bit, and I knew when he was running to become president. It did not work out. And if his daughter's running as a member of the Liberty Party, I think, in my opinion, this is democracy. This is a country that provides the opportunity for anyone and everyone to run as long as he or she is qualified, for qualified candidates. As long as the person qualifies, I don't think that there should be a concern, unless I'm misunderstanding what the issue is.
So Liberty Party political leader, Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence, has some issue with Liberty Party current chairman, Musa Hassanbility. Mm-hmm. So all through the year, the party seemed to be divided, where you have the Liberty Party Musa Ability and the Liberty Party Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence. So in the middle of this fight, the daughter of Councillor Bronski have now taken the Musa Ability side. So talk to us. You compare this.
You want to explain it to him?
No. Let me ask my question, and you will tell me, Chairman.
You get your explanation. Let me explain.
No, let me hear what Victor have to say, because I've laid it out, and then you were coming.
Yeah, I will come in.
Well, so what's wrong with taking sides in politics?
Exactly, right.
I don't understand. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking sides. That's her right. Freedom of choice. If the party is split and she wants to be with the other side or the left or the right, that's her prerogative, isn't it? I mean, is there something against the law regarding that?
So, but Chairman, slow down, Chairman.
Yeah, let's spread it around. Spread it around, because I don't want you to drive your narrative.
Chairman, I have two questions.
CEO, we have to let him understand the situation.
That's what it is. Exactly.
But I have my Okay. Kev Hassan.
Ability Liberty Party. So
okay, Kev. No, Kev. I have my 2 minutes. Kev, I have my 2 minutes. You have yours. When we get to you, you can spin it the way you want to spin it, because I try to get something out of it.
You're admitting that you spinning it, right?
I'm not spinning it though.
So we don't spin it, but you're not spinning it.
Okay. All right. Dr. Richardson, you go ahead on this Liberty Party discussion with Charlene Bronski taking Musa Ability's side. Talk to us, Dr. Richardson.
I actually believe that there's nothing wrong with taking sides in a democracy and in politics. But just so you are updated a little bit, Mr. Hogstrom, it's been a rough almost year and a half with the Liberty Party, where one person, the political leader, Yomdi Kanga, she had her own constitution, and she did not recognize the constitution or the work of Hassan Billy. So there's been this struggle, and everyone in the country, I mean, maybe the Liberty Party partisans are trying to figure out, what side or what they should do with their party. It's been quite a turmoil in the party, but you're right. She has the right as a person, as a woman, as a person who believe in democracy to take a side and believe in what she stands for, which I think is welcoming that at least somebody is taking a side. But I think Ben Savvy, who is the former chairperson of the party, will be better able to give you more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, not yet. Let's hear from Victor, and we'll go to Kev. Ben will be the last because you cannot bring in Ben at this time because he's on the Musa Bediti side.
No, I'm not.
He will support the decision of Charlene Bronski.
No, I'm not.
And so
I'm on the side.
I can see where Stanton is coming from, because you started the show, Ben, saying by saying you spoke to Charlene and you've been speaking to her. Yeah, I understand that, but I think Stanton is looking for a more objective.
You don't have Stanton in this narrative he's trying to drive. That's not
so I agree. Let's wait until the last person to go.
Let Dr. Richardson finish.
Let me be the last person to go.
Yeah, we got to hear from Victor. Yeah. So Mr. Hogstrom, now you heard from Dr. Richardson. What I mean, talk to us.
Can we make Mr. Victor the last on this, so let everybody explain? Can we make it the last?
That's a good idea. I like that.
For him to get all the information. Thank you. For him to get all the information.
I'm going to take my 2 minutes. I give it to Ben Savvy.
Thank you, Kerry. So I got
illegal. It's illegal to give your 2 minutes to Ben Savvy. So Ben Savvy,
you trying to act like something like you wrote your own constitution?
Oh. You don't say that, Chairman Ben.
You see, he said illegal. It's not illegal. I got 4 minutes. They give me a minute. But Mr. Hogstrom, first of all, it's not a long story. I'm not going to be long. I mean, this is what we do. We joke around and it gets interactive. So don't mind us. We act a little crazy. But let me say this. A couple of things have happened. The party has gone through a huge transition. When you lose such a towering figure like Charles Bromsky, who you knew very well, this was a man who was towering, right? I like to consider him the glue that held all of us together. He recruited me into the political party. He saw something in me. He saw me as a young person. He with his blessing, I ended up becoming the national chairman of the party, the youngest national chairman in the country, right? When he passed, like any situation, like any institution where when you lose such a towering figure, that glue vanishes. And people tend to find their footing. In this process, the party agreed that we needed to have a more progressive constitution. The constitution that governed the party under Councillor Bromsky was geared towards a strong political leader, a strong standard bearer. It was heavy at the top for several reasons. He was running for president. I was national chairman when he was running for president. And in an election year, when you're running for president, you want to give the standard bearer as much leverage and power as possible to be able to protect the institution from infiltration, right? So after the election, after we lost the election, and he passed, the decision was made, we will go to a national convention. Went to a national convention, wrote a very progressive constitution. I think one of the most progressive constitutions any political party has in Liberia, literally taking the power from the top and bringing it down, giving a lot of power to the National Executive Committee, which is chaired by the chairman of the party, and allowing the political leader to kind of literally be almost like the ceremonial head, like the guide, like the chairman of the board of a major corporation. And the chairman and the National Executive Committee runs the day-to-day activities of the party. The big elephant in the room here was we got involved into a collaboration, the CPP. The CPP still stands, but there's a former CPP when we had 4 political parties in there. The internal politics of the CPP, Mr. Hogstrom, got into play.
The chairman of the party, Mr. Billete, was supporting Mr. Alexander Cummings. He made it very known. He was very clear from the beginning who he was supporting, who he wanted to be the standard bearer of the CPP. Senator Lawrence, at one point, was supporting Mr. Cummings, or I believe was leaning towards Mr. Cummings. At another point, which is free, which is democracy, she started supporting Vice President Joseph Boakai. When the CPP went through this difficult breakup, the whole concept of Liberty Party, we got caught up in the middle. Where does the party go? Liberty Party was a very instrumental and a key integral part of the CPP because we eventually was going to be the tiebreaker. We were going to be the one, if we had gone to a convention as a collaboration, our votes would have kind of decided who was going to be the standard bearer of the CPP. So this tussle, erupted. Senator Lawrence, in my opinion, did not have of majority support on her National Executive Committee. Chairman Billete did. So this tussle came about of who controls the party. Then the issue came off of tampering with the Constitution. So like I said, long story short, there was this back and forth. The CPP fell apart. We got to a point where we got involved. The NEC got involved. It went to court. It went to the NEC. All of the rulings from all of the legal institutions in Liberia sided with the national chair and the National Executive Committee and stated clearly that the political leader, yes, should be consulted, but the political leader does not have the sole authority to determine where the party goes. It has to be consensus building. That is where the problem came from. In the stance of Ms. Bromskin, Charlene, in the interim part of this thing, she did what she had to do. She played a middle role, being the daughter of Bromskin. She tried to figure out a way how we could all come together. But at some point in time, like you said, you have to call a spade a spade. Charlene now is in the process of running for office. She wants to bear the standard of her party. She does not want to go and say, well, because the party, there are two sides. She doesn't want to run as an independent. She wants to honor her father. Went through all the back and forth. She's made a decision that, listen, since the Supreme Court has ruled, right? The justice of the now Chief Justice, who was Justice in Chamber, had ruled that this is the Constitution should stay in force. This is where we are. This is the thing that we need to follow. You guys go ahead and follow your Constitution. She just made a determination that, listen, I'm going to follow the law. And remember now, she's a lawyer. So she's made a determination. She's going to follow the law. She's going to follow the legal entity that is recognized by NEC. And that entity is the Liberty Party that is chaired by Chairman Musa Hassan Billete. So, that's just a shorter version of a very complicated story, as Stanton has tried to explain.
Thank you very much, Chairman. We're going to give Victor the chance to maybe he understood you better, but I think you went far left. You went far to the Musa ability left on this conversation.
Okay, then go right.
But we will give
So Stanton, what is the other side from your perspective?
Let him say he representing Yombly. Let him go left.
No, I'm not representing Yombly, and you know that. But I do believe
not representation, but the other side from your perspective.
Okay, you know what? Chairman Ben went 90%. Let me give you the 10%. The 10% in this conversation is that there's actually a split, a big split. My concern for the daughter of Councilor Charles Walker Bronsky, I know it is a democratic right to go ahead and say, okay, I want to take side, I want to run in Grand Bassa County. But in her letter to Liberty Party CPP, she included her mother, her siblings, her children, her fiancé. She included the entire Bronsky, every one of them. So my own understanding.
What was the purpose for that?
But she's taking side. I do believe I'm going to put up the letter. James, can you put up the letter? Let's read the letter, and maybe folks can understand it themselves. I do believe she's saying, you know what? We are supporting Musa Hassan Billete. I am asking Musa Hassan Billete to give me his blessing. The Liberty Party, Musa Hassan Billete, and the CPP to give me their blessing because I want to run in District Number 3, Grand Bassa County. Here's my question, Vita. If she knew that all this time, why couldn't she? Yombly Kanga Lawrence, you are the political leader. Have you met Yombly? Have you discussed with Yombly? Have you met the other side of Liberty Party? Have you discussed with them? Have you tried to bring them together for the sake of your father's good name? Have you tried? And even if you try, have they let you down? So now you are taking this decision. It's more to the story when you talk about a unified Liberty Party. I believe her decision today have separated the Yombly and Musa Liberty Party to a greater extent. That's my own understanding. That's my own belief. Later, you can come in. Yes, the letter. Sorry, I think they should print it out and give it to you. Yeah, we can see the letter, James. Yeah, James, we can see the letter. So yeah, so Veda, come in. We're gonna chip on this thing. I think I'm kind of, I'm off. I'm disagreeing with Ben on this one tonight.
Well, based on what Ben has said about the court recognizing who the chairman is and what the bylaws or constitution of the organization is, the party is, and she being a lawyer, if I were a lawyer and listened to the ruling of a court, I better follow what the court says, because you never know what happens down the road. There could be another challenge. There could be someone challenging her to overthrow her decision or her qualifications as a person running for that position, and they could be started all over again. So I think she, in my opinion, and from a legal perspective, and I'm not a lawyer, but I think she made the right choice in following the court's decision. She has that behind her, and no one can take that away from behind her. If push came to shove, she would point to the decision of the court as a backing. Therefore, again, it comes back to what I said originally, that it's a democracy, and even if she didn't want to follow the court's decision, she had a right to make whatever choices she had to make. That's the way democracy works. And I could say I'm going to be running for some position, and do you have to be a member of the Liberty Party to run? No. She could have stepped out of that party and still run to be a representative. Am I correct? That's what she's running for, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And so, to me, it's just it's very simple. The court is behind her. She has that right to choose whichever side she wants to be on, and I think she made the wise choice as an attorney. And I rest my case.
Chairman, let me bring you in here. Is it because her decision is it based on the fact that Yombly is supporting the other candidate in this race from District Number 3? Do you think that pushed her to make a decision to lean towards Musa Belete instead of Yombly? Because it is clear that Yombly is supporting the other person that is running against, that will be running against Charlene.
Well, I think Charlene's decision, and speaking to her, and I can speak clearly because I did talk to her, her decision didn't weigh. That didn't really weigh, to be quite honest with you. It may have played a part, right? But let's be clear that Charlene is a legacy child. You want, anybody can try to spin it. If we even want to talk about politics, let's even talk about politics. Charlene is the walking representation of Charles Brumskin today. So when we're even talking about the politics, I don't care who Yombly's supporting. If it comes down to the brass knuckle politics in Grand Bassa, it was Brumskin who put Yombly Kanga's hand up. It was Charles Brumskin who did, who gave her the opportunity to be senator, who, when he retired from politics, handed her the political leadership of the party. So that's neither here nor there. But what I do believe is that, like Mr. Hogstrom said, the legal component of this thing played heavily on her. She is a counselor in the Supreme Court bar. She does the bar exam. She is a shining and a bright star. And by the way, I'm very biased because I think she would make a heck of a representative. And we're going to be all out there forcefully supporting her. And why I say this, I want to send a caveat there. Well, let me finish. I want to send a caveat out there to those who are threatening her, to those who are being sexist and are trying to threaten her because she made a decision in a democracy. We are not going to sit and watch you do that.
Chairman Ben.
So, just to leapfrog to your question, I do not believe the politics, because let even put it this way. Which political party will Youngly be registering Charlene on? Which one? When you go to the National Elections Commission, let me tell you, the national chairman and the secretary general of the party signs the nomination forms.
So you are taking it to our next question, to our next discussion about the party and those that will be running under the Liberty Party ticket. Let me ask you, please, just, and maybe Mr. Victor will know more about this. If you, Jonathan Copy, the rest of the folks, Senator Steve Zago, they're all running again. Which party are they going to run under? Would that be Musability sending them to NEC, or who going to send them?
So I can speak with some authority as chair of the advisory council. Listen, the party, as far as we're concerned, those are our partisans. They just have to do what they're supposed to do. You see what Charlene did? Charlene said, because I'm the daughter of the founding father, and I'm going to do my application, and I'm going to write, I'm not going to do those things. It's open. If you go to the National Elections Commission, before Alexander Cummings is not going to be on the ballot if Musa Bilete doesn't sign his nomination form. So I want people to understand the context of what is here. You know, there was a lot of what I like to call the circus going on for the last couple of months. The chicken is coming home to roost now, where reality is setting in. Legally, if Senator Jonathan Kapi, who is a member of the Liberty Party, he is the incumbent senator, if he wants to bear the standard of the CPP, he will have to succumb to the guidelines that governs how we will pick our candidates. If he doesn't, he can go run as an independent, or he can run as, I don't know, maybe there's another party that they have, but I know the Liberty Party that is a part of the CPP, there are guidelines.
Kev Hassan, let me come to you, man. It's been serious. Is it serious here now? With this kind of conversation, knowing very well Jonathan Kapi, Senator Kapi, Senator Steve Zago, Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, Senator Darius DeLong, these guys have already taken side. They have already taken side. They're supporting Yombli. Yeah. Yombli say I got my party. Yombli say I got my chairman. Yombli say I got my stand-up, I got my secretary. And what they're talking about secretary.
I want to say something. You remember what I said on the show the last time? Today, I can announce that I'm the president of Liberia. Today, I can do that. I can right now on this show say, I can take one flag and put it behind me and say I'm the president of Liberia. Does it mean that I'm the president of Liberia? And by the way, if I do that, there are consequences. It's called treason. It's called treason. So people can say what they want to say. Opinion are like noses. We all have one. But what the law says is what the law says. There is one Liberty Party, and that is the party that the law recognizes. Go ahead, Kev.
Go ahead.
Again, I will agree with Chairman Ben. CEO. They can announce they're supporting JMB. That's their right. That's what they want. But according to the law, can they run under the Liberty Party without being a Liberty Party partisan and sign up to the rules and regulation of Liberty Party? They have to. They cannot go to NEC without the Liberty Party that fully backed by the Constitution. They cannot. So NEC will not recognize the Yomli Kanga Steve Zago Liberty Party.
Kev, she's going to protest in front of the American embassy, Kev. She's going to protest on the 28th. On Friday, she will be beating Jump. On Friday, she will be calling for the removal of NEC.
The Americans don't have no right to interfere in the Liberian electoral process. They don't have no rights. They cannot interfere. It's purely domestic affairs. So they can protest. Like Ben said, they can do anything. They can go there and say, I'm the president of Liberia. They can do everything. That's their rights. That's freedom of speech. That's the freedom. That's the
democracy we live in.
Yes, you can do that.
So let me come back with
I wanted to add.
Hold on 1 minute.
I wanted to add an observation.
Dr. Richardson, 1 minute, guys. Let's take it one step. Let's bring in Victor. Then we'll go to our own Dr. Richardson. So, Victor, here's the issue, though. You have senators within Liberty Party that have taken Yombli's side. Senator Steve Zago, Senator Jonathan Cape, and who the other senator or representative? Who's the other representative chairman?
That's Zago and
Steve Zago. And okay, so they have taken Yombli.
His
Bashu. Thank you.
Right.
Yombli is still the political leader of Liberty Party.
No, she's not.
Oh, Chairman, can I make my case, Chairman? We got a guest panelist. You will come in, Chairman. As it stands right now, Yombli, and you see the confusion. You are hearing the confusion, Mr. Hogstrom. Yombli stays the political leader of Liberty Party because of their own messed up constitution and argument. And while everyone believes, Yombli have her own belief, Musa Ability have his own belief. Can you help what you know so far? Talk to Liberians tonight. We have two Liberty Party who will represent a candidate with the National Election Commission, who will sign and send out a candidate with the National Election Commission.
You know, I would first say that I think the other parties are enjoying this, the split.
Okay.
And that shouldn't be happening, you know. They should have worked it out and resolved whatever differences they had and not go public with this kind of a mess, because it makes the party looks bad and it does not help them in the public arena. So if one group of senators or representatives may be supporting one chairman of the party and the other group supporting the other chairman of the party, but what has the court recognized? I think that's the question in my mind. And from what I heard, I think, Chairman Ben, am I correct? Did you say the court recognized who again?
Of course, the law is the law, Mr. Hogstrom. The court recognized.
Musability, chairmanability.
Mr. Chairman, yeah.
Musability. So if the court has recognized Musability as the chair of the party, I think the party better get its act together and come back and just resolve whatever differences they have. Because Charles Brumskin must be turning over in his grave right now after putting forth all of that hard work. And that is not a good thing for any organization, whether it's Liberty Party or Unity Party or whatever party they may be. They should, in my opinion, get back together and resolve it, because this is not going to look good for them, and it could diminish the credibility and the authority of that party, and you may have a split in the votes too, and that's not good either. So, again, it comes back to being a matter of choice. Choice for whoever wants to support which side. But does it make sense? I think those senators and representatives should be saying, let's get together. Let's fix this. It doesn't look good. And their positions could be in jeopardy because their votes could be split in the future. So that's what I think about the whole thing.
And can I say
Dr.
something?
Richard say, I beg you, Chairman, after Dr. Richard
Yeah.
say.
So,
Dr. Richard
so
say,
I just wanted to make two observations here. And one, I think what I heard you, Stanton, say is the issue of them getting together, having some kind of palawa kind of conversation, which is well taken in our culture. Our culture is a collectivist, emotional type culture. We tend to like to discuss things indoor. And it seems like this I don't know have happened between Charlene and Yumli. I don't know if it had happened and what the results were. So I think you are recognizing that a little bit, Stanton, saying I don't know if they had talked. What is the result of the conversation? On the other hand, we also have another part of our country that dictates legality is the rule of law versus the rule of man. And I think in my concept, in my thinking, when the whole issue of the Liberty Party started, people were siding with the rule of law versus it being the rule of man. And Chairman Ben Sammy, you actually mentioned, you said it was top heavy. And top heavy in my mind meant it was ruled by men. They weren't really going according to the executive committee, which was following the Constitution. So I think we're at a place in our culture that we have to be careful what we deciding between the choice that our Constitution and democracy offers to us and the choice of our culture, where our culture pushes us. So I think those two things I think have to merge and integrate for us to be able to move forward in a way that will be acceptable to all. But yes, I side with Charlene, being a lawyer. She's going by the rule of law versus the rule of man.
So can I come in quickly?
Chairman, go ahead.
Just
Chairman,
just for some information also, what you talked about, you were right. Coming together, sitting on the table.
Thank you.
We did all of that. Newsflash. We went to a place called Farmington Hotel. We had a Farmington Accord that brought all of us together. We signed an agreement. But let me also tell you what the elephant in the room here is. You mentioned something about the other parties are laughing. Well, as far as we are concerned at this point, this is beyond. We have seized this matter because this is beyond any individual political party or political leader. There is also the component right now. The reason why you see a split, as the CPP split, you have Senator Lawrence and her side there with the UP. Senator Lawrence wants to be the running mate to the Unity Party. So how does she become running mate to the Unity Party? It's also in her political interest to have total control of the Liberty Party because it adds political value. That is the 300-pound gorilla that is in the room also, that many people don't like to talk about. And it cannot be just about that. It has to be, if you want me to support your side in a democracy, it is incumbent upon you to convince me to come to your side. If you cannot convince me to come to your side, I'm sorry. In a democracy, the majority has its way, the minority has its say. And again, like I said, the way the Liberty Party, when you look at the Liberty Party, Mr. Hogstrom, all of the county chairpersons supports the rule of law. All of the county chairpersons. These are the organs and the engines of the institution. The National Executive Committee, majority of the National Executive Committee supports the rule of law. This is not about an individual.
So let me ask you a question, Ben, and I thank you for clarifying, helping, Mr. Hogstrom he doesn't want me to say Mr. So I said Victor. So let me just be very straight up, folks. Don't think I'm calling him Victor because I want to, but he have asked me on so many conversations, Stanton just call me Victor. So, Chairman, let me say this because you're trying to make Victor understand where you guys have come, like Farmington Hotel, the rest of the various meetings. How important it is. If Yomli is not part of Liberty Party, do you believe Joseph Boakai going to take her to be a VP candidate to him if she has no party, or senator with no party?
So let me say this first. First of all, to answer that question, that is the Honorable Vice President's prerogative. It's going to be his decision. But let me also state something that many people...
I know you want to say something. Can she go as half of Liberty Party?
That's what I'm about to tell you. That's what I'm about to tell you. One of the things that a lot of people are also not taking into consideration is that, one, the former vice president, who is going to be the standard bearer of the collaboration they are putting together, right? I believe it's called the Democratic Alliance of Liberia, the DAL, proposed DAL. The DAL, for you to, I believe from what I've seen their framework document or their draft framework document. It clearly states that the Unity Party will provide the standard bearer and other constituent parties will provide the vice standard bearer. Now, Senator Lawrence, I know is not going to be able to carry Liberty Party to the DAL because Liberty Party is in the CPP. So two things she may have to do if she, and according to the laws of Liberia, for you to bear the standard of a political institution. And I know that because as chairman of the party, I knew these things, right? I signed these forms. For if the Unity Party, let's just say the Unity Party doesn't form an alliance. Let's just say it. The Unity Party doesn't form an alliance. And the Unity Party goes as Unity Party. Senator Lawrence will have to, even if Mr. Boyka picks her, she will have to resign from the Liberty Party to be vice standard bearer. She will have to. She cannot be a member of another political party and run as vice standard bearer of another political party. The only way she gets the vice standard bearer if they come in a collaboration and the institution signs the document and the institution say, okay, this is the person. So to your question about whether it would be easy, that is his choice. I think the vice president will make
So I understand, and our folks are understanding, but you also saying that Liberty Party she cannot take Liberty Party with her to say, this is the political leader of Liberty Party. We are taking our document, our collaborating document to National Election Commission. Because why? They already have a Liberty Party document at the NEC?
Yes. So let me tell you, if the Democratic Alliance of Liberia signs a framework document and they make a mistake and put Liberty Party name on that document, first of all, if they take it to the National Elections Commission, the Election Commission is going to look at it like, what are you guys doing here? First of all, the Liberty Party that we know is already in a collaboration with the CPP. So how can one Liberty Party be in two collaborations?
I have a question though. But in recent days, we've seen flyers with Liberty Party name on it in the United States, where Senator Youngbley has had events. Mm-hmm. And with the recent flyer where she's going to be having a protest at the American Embassy, as Kev said, I think that flyer does have Liberty Party. Mm-hmm. So it's very confusing. I think your party has to take a stand on who can use their name, or is the name patented or whatever, but can anyone just use Liberty Party now to run a campaign or protest?
No, you're right. And let me tell you, part of it is exercising wisdom and exercising caution. Liberty Party in the United States is legally recognized. I have seen the documents. Liberty Party in Liberia is a legal entity recognized by NEC. So what you see happening is impersonation. But guess what? It's the National Executive Committee of Liberty Party making a decision that, listen, we will pick the fights that we need to pick. At the end of the day, again, like I said, I can stand here today and announce that I'm the president of Liberia. But you, Dr. Richardson, know the president of Liberia is George Manawia. It doesn't make me the president. And this is the hard truth. And the reason I'm saying this is people need to understand that at the end of the day, these things, you can say how you want to say it, but at the end of the day, these things has a way of coming back.
Yeah, so Victor, I think
Stanton, I have a follow-up question quickly, if you don't mind.
Please, sir. Go ahead, sir. I'm coming to you. Go ahead.
Chairman Ben, how do you then explain that Jewel Howard Taylor and George Weah mesh? She's vice president, George Weah is president. If in fact,
different parties.
Yes.
So great
How do you
question.
explain that?
Because they are in a collaboration. They're in the Coalition for Democratic Change. Joe Howard Taylor's party is the National Patriotic Party, which is in the coalition with the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change. So when the analogy that I give is because Joe Howard Taylor's party put her forth in the collaboration. Because the CDC framework document says CDC will provide the standard bearer, and the CDC cannot pick the vice standard bearer from the Congress. They have to pick the vice standard bearer from one of the constituent parties. So President Weah exercised his judgment in picking Joa Taylor from the National Patriotic Party, which is within the coalition. The problem that they're going to have in this coalition is Senator Lawrence is a member of the Liberty Party, but the Liberty Party is in the coalition in the CPP. The Liberty Party is not in the coalition in the Democratic Alliance of Liberia. And if they don't form a coalition, Mr. Hogstrom, if Joe Boakai runs as Unity Party, according to the laws of Liberia, for you to run, it happened with Emmanuel Nukwe. Many Unity Party people can tell you. When Emmanuel Nukwe was picked to be the vice standard bearer for Joe Boakai in 2017, he resigned from the PUP. He became a member. He had to be a member of the Unity Party to be the vice presidential candidate, because that's what NEC guidelines and law states.
Thank you. Do you have another question, Victor?
No, I appreciate the clarification for the audience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I'm coming back to you, Victor, because this is, you got to understand the relationship of Chairman Ben Sanvi and the Musa Hassan Belete Liberty Party. And I hope we had an opportunity to bring in someone from the Yombli camp. The Yombli camp argument, they are saying the National Election Commission does not recognize Musa Hassan Belete Liberty Party. That's the argument. That's the fundamental argument. So the reason why Yombli is now going up there in front of the American ambassador to protest is because Yombli team, they felt within themselves that the NEC is encouraging, is allowing the Ben Sanvi, the Musa Hassan Belete, and that part of Liberty Party to just take upon themselves and say they are the constitutionally party you call Liberty Party. And Yombli argument is no. I am the political leader. The court didn't recognize you, Chairman Belete. The court didn't recognize me either. The court is asking that we should meet and discuss and find a common ground. And everyone on the show, they are fully aware, and I think you need to know that, Victor.
No, but that's not true.
But Ben, the Supreme Court asked them to go. But Ben, don't interrupt me now.
Stand on. Did you get the last ruling from Justice Yo?
But Chairman Ben, don't interrupt me now. Thank you. I believe that we will come to you. You know more about this party. Your grandfather.
And that's why I'm correcting you.
But I am saying from the Yombli argument, they are saying the Supreme Court has not recognized Liberty Party to be the only party. That's why they are going back to court. That's why they are protesting. That's why the argument is that you, Ben, Musa Belete, cannot stop them from feeding a candidate in the upcoming 2023 election.
So
and I think that's a rich. Yes, go.
Before Mr. come in, can I go in? I just want to just show this to Victor, please. When you listen to the both sides from CEO and Ben, I just want you to black out at them. Just focus on one thing: what the law says. The law, who the law recognizes. If you go by who the law recognizes, this will be an easy decision, easy question. Who the law recognizes, and the law of our land recognize the Musa Hassan ability, Liberty Party, not the Yombly. So everything coming at you, let's focus on one thing, the law. Because we all follow the law. If you just focus on the law, Victor, this discussion will be over. The law.
And
The
and
law.
just a quick interjection. Stanton, you are right. That is Youngly's argument.
Thank you.
But let me say this. But that's the argument they took to court, and they lost. Having an argument doesn't mean that it is fact. That is your opinion. That is what you think about a current situation. That is why you go to the courts. When you go to the courts, the last statement from Justice Yo was very clear. The Justice Yo practically upheld the judgments from the National Elections Commission and said, go by your constitution. Go by your constitution. The issue here is a political leader wanting absolute power and realizing that you're not going to get absolute power. That is just fact. And I've said this over and over to folks in my party who support Senator Lawrence. Charles Brumskin, when he passed, the era of big man dominance in Liberty Party ended. And that is just the reality. So,
but Ben, that's your party. No. I beg you, Ben. Chairman, let's recognize Councilman. Let's recognize Councilman Wilfred Russell. It's good to have you, and thank you for Victor. This is Councilman Russell from Brooklyn. Can you introduce yourself? We have Victor.
You don't want to tell them my husband named Ponchito.
Wait, Ponchito. Wait, Victor. Can you please introduce yourself? We'll come back to the Liberty Party thing because I got more questions coming in for Chairman Ben. But Councilman, please introduce yourself.
Hello. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Same here. Nice to meet you, and it's great being on this wonderful, powerful platform with you. I'm very familiar with who you are. And I'm very familiar with your story because I came to this country on a communication scholarship. Many folks don't know that. So I studied mass communication at Michigan, broadcast communication. So I know about you very well. Do you know Charles Russell, the famous Charles Russell? Is a cousin of mine. And so we've all been I've not been in active broadcasting or active communication, but I did study broadcast communication at the university. My undergraduate studies in Michigan.
Okay.
So it's great. It's great to be on a platform with you.
The reason why Councilman is on the show, we will be paying him a visit in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park on Friday. Chairman Ben Senvi, leading the team. The team of Spoon Talk members will be led by Chairman Benjamin Senvi. We're going to spend 2 nights with Councilman Russell. He's running to be the mayor. And we're going to see how well we can knock more doors and ask most of our listening fans. Yes, the CEO will be in Minnesota. You guys are asking. I will be present, but Chairman Ben Senvi will be leading the team. Sintumar and George, Mamadou Masakwe, and the entire exception of Dr. Richardson. She's on vacation. She couldn't make it. But we will be in Minnesota. Kev Hassan will not be there, of course. We will be in Minnesota, and we will have the time to spend. Encourage Liberians in Brooklyn Park, Liberian all over the state, to give councilmen the chance, and other councilmen and mayor the chances that they have, that they're asking for, that they can represent the people of Brooklyn Park and Minnesota, represent Liberian as a whole. And that's what we are asking for. So we will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be there to discuss issue pertaining to our country. That's why the councilman is on tonight. Victor to also take part in this wonderful conversation. Liberty Party, Liberty Party, Liberty Party. Yombly Kanga Lawrence was in Minnesota. DeLong was in Minnesota. So he's going to add his voice to the discussion as Charlene Bronsky now have declared her support for the Liberty Party CPP Musa Hassan Bility. Victor?
Well, I don't think there's anything really new to add to this, because we've established that the court has decided who the chair is. We've established that the court has determined which constitution or bylaws will prevail. And Ms. Brumskin, I think, made the right choice, in my opinion. As a lawyer, she will stick and has stuck to the decision of the court, because that could be served or used as a backing in the future should there be any challenges. When there's a split in any organization, you have, it happens in churches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Two groups of people, one group going with this pastor and the other group going with that group. And that always happens. That's nothing surprising about that. But smart people would then decide to come together quickly if they want that organization to really be as strong as possible. And I just hope that would happen for the Unity Party, because that's not, as it stands right now, it doesn't look good. They're diminishing the party in many forms and fashion.
Thank you, Richard. Russell, before we move on to our next conversation, you have anything to add? You want to say your piece?
Well, I've been following the discussion. I'm pretty familiar with part of the conversation that's been taking place as it relates to the different party formation and the correlation of all of the different party groups. But I work in a system that respects and believe in the law. So, in as much as you may disagree with the outcome, what the issue comes down to is that what does the law say? So, if we're going to operate, we all are operating within a system that is governed by laws. Then we have to defer to what the law says. So if the law says that the Musa Hassan Bility ticket is the Musa Hassan Bility is the official and recognized head of that particular entity, and that's where we'll have to go. And from what I'm hearing and from what I've heard, that is the case. So I think it is a moot point to argue anything else once the law has spoken.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you really. I believe that you are running for the position. You're in a test zone, and you got to be very careful. So that's a good answer. That's a good answer, because Chairman Ben was giving you that look. You had to come back.
Come on, man. That thing is as clear as it is, as static as the Northern Star. It's not about people's feelings. And I would just end on this note on this. I want to repeat what I said. I don't think Charlene picked a side. I think Charlene made a determination to follow the law. She just decided to apply. In her letter, she didn't write nothing in her letter say I support Musa or I pick your side. He just said, Mr. Chairman or Mr. Secretary General, I intend to contest for District 3 and I want to run on the party's ticket. That's it. And I know people have been interpreting it as, oh yeah, she picked. The thing is, the law is the law. And I think we always have said that. Just to end on this note, I also want to state here, and this is something maybe a lot of people don't know. This issue of even political leader. Who started political leadership in Liberia? The Liberty Party. No political party in Liberia had anything called political leader until Councillor Bromskin started it. When after an election, because his vision was after an election, when you lose an election, you don't stay as a perpetual standard bearer. You become acting political leader for 6 months after you lose the election.
To the next convention.
We either go to a national convention or we go to what we call an executive council meeting, which substitutes for a national convention. And you can decide, the executive council can decide, say, okay, you can be the political leader.
So
right?
is you a political leader, Ben?
But let me lay on my thought. And don't worry, you know me, I will answer your question.
We gotta move to the next segment.
Yeah, we're gonna move to it because you don't want me dragging the conversation here. But let me lay on this. The issue with Senator Lawrence, let's make it clear here. Maybe people don't know that. Senator Lawrence was never elected standard bearer of the Liberty Party. In order for you to be a political leader of the Liberty Party, you must have been standard bearer. Senator Lawrence just completed the tenure of Councillor Bromskin. Councillor Bromskin was elected standard bearer of Liberty Party in 2017 to contest the elections. 2016, 1 year before the election. October 2016, he was elected in Ganta as standard bearer of the party. After he lost the election, he became acting political leader. Within 6 months, it was when I resigned because I had said I had no issue, I had no reason to continue. Well, let me finish, please, Stanton. Please don't cut me off. Let me give the people the education here tonight. We went to Lofa. An executive council was called in Lofa. The decision was made by the executive council to continue Councillor Bromskin as political leader up until October 10th this year. Councillor Bromskin, in his wisdom, said he was retiring from politics. He was falling back from politics. Got elected and hand over the political leadership to Senator Lawrence. So Senator Lawrence just completed the political leadership of Councillor Bromskin that ended on October 10 this year. According to our constitution, Senator Lawrence is not the political leader of Liberty Party. We are going to convention next month, and a determination will be made. We have already made a clear determination that we would not be electing a standard bearer because we are in a collaboration. Our constitution is clear. If you're not a standard bearer, you're not a political leader. Now, the power of the party divests now in the national chairman and the national executive committee.
So thank you for that long explanation, Chairman Ben Sanvi. And that's why actually we should celebrate you. One of the youngest to serve as chairman.
Yeah, thank you.
One of the biggest parties.
And I take it with pride and dignity.
So thank you very much. Yeah. So now you are now saying, for those of our followers, many thousands of them, that Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence for Grand Bassa, she's not the political leader. She's no more a political leader. She's just zero. Well, what's her position in the party then? What would be her position? Nobody?
She's
somebody?
Former political leader.
That's it?
I'm former chairman.
That's it. So she's not a political leader. And folks, they are surprised. They didn't. So as of October 10th, Chairman, I got to bring in other people on this something now. As of, I'm not talking about me because I know, but as of October 10th.
You know what? Okay.
Yeah, I know that it's something expired October 10th. I spoke to Musa Bility. As of October 10th of this month, we
don't have lifelong political leaders. We don't have
a political leader. So then how would she support the ticket of Joseph Yima Boaka, not as a political leader?
Matter of fact, what Dr. Richardson was talking on using the Liberty Party logo, they have been sued. They have been sued not to use it. So it's going to be in court.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but it's okay.
Yeah. They have been sued.
Who sued them?
Those who have been impersonating.
Man, take some time over.
So Shinomo. So they lost the law. We're not going to run a gangster country without no law. If they want to run
North Korea,
if they want to live in a gangster paradise, not in Liberia, they should go somewhere else. The law is the law.
This is not North Korea.
Today, Victor, you see exactly what Kev is saying and how our whole chairman Ben Sembi, now he's saying she's no longer the political leader. Kev is saying they are impersonating, and Musa Ability Liberty Party is suing them.
Well, you know, that gives another new perspective on the whole thing. And does that mean that if she were nominated or selected to be the vice presidential candidate of Mr. Borkai, could she deliver the Liberty Party?
Good question.
Or the members of the party? And would that party ever get back together?
Chairman, take the answer that, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Hogstrom. First of all, Mr. Hogstrom, let me say this: the party has been through a very rough patch the last couple of months, but let me tell you what we've made. The conclusion we have come to is that there's a point where we have to stop and just look ahead. And the truth here is the party is bigger than any individual, including the chairman of the party. Listen, the chairman of the party had interests. And it's public knowledge. He had interest in wanting to be vice standard bearer to Mr. Cummings. The party made a determination that this is not about you, Mr. Chairman. This is about the institution. What did the chairman do? He listened to the party. Musa Ability is running for representative in Nimba. He is not holding the party hostage to say, oh, I got to be. No. So we have said, and we will continue to say this, the institution is bigger than an individual. All of the partisans out there who have affinity and love for Senator Lawrence, we love you too. But guess what? Your party is here. All we ask is that the law.
So Chairman Ben, what is the
You breaking up, sir. I didn't hear you. He muted. Okay.
Aaron Kuban, can you face the mic? The mic is skipping. Can you repeat yourself, Victor, please?
Yeah, we didn't hear you.
Aaron, we are losing Mr. Hogstrom.
I think he got it. No. Aaron muted.
Good day. Where is Aaron? Aaron.
I think they're having internet issues. That's all.
But I just wanted to announce as we wait that I will be leaving at 5:45. I have another obligation to go to.
You don't need to announce it. We're done this thing by 6 o'clock.
Oh,
I know you are leaving 5:45, sister. But thank you for hanging out with us, though.
No, I just wanted to announce that. So for
the I'm disappointed that she's not coming, and all the family. The other family are looking forward to it.
You already start trouble. You already start trouble. You want to make it worse, right?
You gave me the name punching too. So
you see what I told you? Hey.
But Chairman, let me go back to the conversation. Let me go back to the conversation, Chairman. Folks, they are surprised. That Yomi is no longer a political leader for Liberty Party.
And I can understand why people are surprised, because political parties have been ran like North Korea. We have just decided that we're not North Korea. We're not a Republic of North Korea. People are not entitled to lifetime appointments. Even Musa Ability, he got a tenure, right? We have just said to decentralize and to take the power of the party in the center. The National Executive Committee will have
Mr. Chairman.
Good. Yes, we can hear him.
Yeah, but can he come in? Can you bring the video in, Aaron, please? I know we are hearing him now, but we lost his video. Okay, they are working on the chairman. Go ahead.
Yeah. So no, and yeah, I know people are surprised. Listen, Liberty Party is a party of the rule of law. I mean, there's one thing you can take from Liberty Party. And like I said, and I will continue to say, what would Bromskin do in this situation? He would stand for the rule of law. He would not sit and say, oh, it's about, look, he was selfless.
Well, let me say this, because I see Victor coming back real quick, Chairman. How damaging this is for Joseph Boakai?
In which way? What do you mean? Like
if you choose to take your
I mean, it would be his. It would be. I don't want to
hold
say.
on 1 minute. I beg you, Chairman. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I think we're good now.
We're good.
Hold on, let your wife Victor
Yeah,
say.
Mr.
Victor, can
Hogstrom,
you hear us? Oh
Nah.
boy.
There you go. You can't hear.
I don't know what's going on with Aaron.
Go ahead, sir.
All right. As you spoke, I listened,
We're getting a
but I
feedback.
did not understand or get the answers to the two questions that I asked.
Yeah, I didn't hear your question, so.
Hold on, Chairman. They'll work on this.
The first one was, would Senator Lawrence be able to deliver the votes from the Liberty Party if she were nominated or selected vice presidential candidate to Buckeye? And the second one is, would the party ever get back together?
Let me take the last first, and then I'll go to the first. Will the party ever be able to get back together? Yes, I believe so. And let me tell you why. Right now, before we get out of this election cycle, I think this divide is gonna stay because there's just too many political interests. And I don't want to be naive and act like, oh, we're all gonna be singing Kumbaya, because there's a lot of interest polling back and forth. I'm just being honest with you. But I think, like Liberty Party always does, after this election cycle, I like to call the election cycle the silly season, Mr. Hogstrom. After the silly season, I think everybody's going to come back and take a deep breath. And those who are invested and embedded in the Liberty Party and cares about this institution, we will sit down and we will learn from our mistakes. We will learn from our past. On the issue of whether she will deliver the votes of the Liberty Party, the votes of the Liberty Party, in my determination, is not in the pocket of one individual. I think what's going to happen is Liberty partisans will follow the lead of their institution, and some of them will make independent decisions. Because I also don't want to be, I don't want to be naive here, because we don't have, like I call it, the glue that binded all of us together, right? So
the answer is no.
Well, yeah, you can say that, yeah. But I don't think one person controls. There is the perception. People like to believe that oh yeah, there's just one person got all the people following them. No, that's not true. That is not true. People will make decisions.
So answer his first question.
Yeah, I just did. I said I do not believe one person controls the institute or the partisans of the party. I don't believe
thank you very much, Chairman. So Victor, let's talk about some national issues since you've been in the country, because we'll be wrapping this thing up 6 p.m. We got about 27 minutes to go. You've been in Liberia for probably over 2 weeks or so. Correct me, please.
Yep.
You've been moving around, reaching out, speaking to folks. We saw the picture of you and Sima Fremer. You were having a breakfast or brunch along with Sam Jackson, I believe. You've been, looking around Liberia.
Well, Sam Jackson kind of posted his picture against my will. I asked him not to do that, but he did.
I cannot say anything. That's your friend. That's your buddy. But I want to say though,
I think it should be taken down by now. I think he said he was going to take it down. So let's hope it's down.
Okay. But can you talk to us though? Your feeling of Liberia right now. Well, what's your take? Let's talk politics. Let's talk about the bread and butter of the issue. Tell Liberians tonight, all the time you've been in the country, your own feelings.
Well, there's a lot of work that needs to be done here. A lot of work. We need leadership in Liberia. There's a high rate of unemployment. A lot of people begging on the streets. People don't have food. People don't have places. When I say homes to live in, I mean homes decent enough for a human being. The roads are not great. Traffic is totally out of control. No plan, and I hope this will be received as constructive criticism, because this is based on observation. So roads are just bad, and when I was coming from the airport, I was terrified that something could have gone wrong on that road. If you're constructing a highway, you must provide accommodation for traffic. It doesn't mean you shut the highway down, but you must provide accommodation for traffic, some alternative, some rerouting, something that will be safe for the public. That is not the case. Then there's this talk about the shortage of rice. And I heard too that there was a testimony that said there's not a shortage of rice, but there's severe, what's the word?
We can play the
Low
clip if you want.
low,
Do you want us to play? Just
yes,
let's
please.
play.
In our country. In response, direct response to your communication, let's begin with the shortage of rice. So what we occurred within the last month was an extremely low stock of rice in the country. There was never a point where we reached absolute depletion of rice on the Liberian market. There are several factors that led to the low stock in country. Allow me, I know the question is, the second part.
That's exactly what she said. So,
right. To me, it's a play on words. And low stock, how low is the stock versus the shortage of rice? So all of these things I'm hearing and beginning to observe, and for me, that tells me that we need more attention, a plan in Liberia, a plan of action. We need goals and determinations. We need a way to really achieve the objectives of the administration of this country, because there are people playing around and not obviously not doing their job. That's, in my opinion, that the way it should be done. In a nutshell, that's what it is. My observation.
have you taken the time to travel by night? Have you observed the street, the electricity situation in the country?
I see a lot of wires running through the city and the country, but there are very dark places. I understand we get electricity from a neighboring country, and with all of the rivers we have and the possibilities of Liberia, we're still struggling, and that goes back years. But Liberia is 170 plus years old, and I like to make this comparison. I made this similar comparison in a speech that I made in Kansas City during the July 26th celebration. And this is when the United States of America, assuming that, and if we agree that we're all made equally by God and created equally with brain power and the ability to do things, when the United States was 170 years old, though that country was progressive, it was making things that on their own, creating and building and progress. Well, if we have the same brain power, Liberia being 170 plus years old, what is the story? What's the excuse? What's the justification? And the only thing I can turn to is we're not working hard enough. We're not planning hard enough. We're not thinking about the future. We're not really making the plans necessary for the people of this country. And we need to do that. Liberia is a wonderful place with great resources. But sometimes the resources, the financial resources, tend to vanish without a trace. And it's called embezzlement, stealing, whatever you call it. And when you steal from the public, the government, I should say, you're stealing from the public. And when you deprive the public of resources, when you steal from the public, you're also depriving the public of better roads and more food and an improved educational system. You're depriving the public of better health care and the opportunity to really improve the agricultural system of our nation. So, these are all things that come to play and that you're hearing from people. So, nutshell, that's it.
But my last question, and we'll go back to the team, Dr. Richardson, Kev Hassan, and Councilman Russell. Victor, the last time you were in Liberia, I believe it was what, 2016? Am I correct?
2016, correct? Yes.
Have you
Yes.
seen any changes from 2016 to 2022? What have changed?
Not too much. I've seen more people. I've seen more crowded streets. If that's good, then that's wonderful. But the country has to be measured based upon the employment rate, based upon happy families, based upon people having food on their table, and the schools are educating. Everyone is opening a school now for profit, but are they effective? Are they teaching the children of Liberia and preparing them accordingly? Those are things that we have to be concerned about. And I certainly hope that our legislators are listening, because if they're not, then something is going wrong. But we need major progress in this country. And, all Liberians, we say we'll leave it to God sometimes, and we say I've heard people say, "Oh, God will take care of it. We're just waiting for God." I don't know what that means, but my response to that is, God has given us the wisdom that we prayed for, and let us use the wisdom in the interest of the country.
Dr. Richardson.
Yeah, before I go further, and if it's appropriate to ask you, I was just curious about why you didn't want your picture posted with Sam Jackson. I don't know if you had an answer for that, or if you wanted to respond to that.
Well, Sam Jackson and I grew up together on Lot Carey, and he's just, to me, sometimes becomes obnoxious and challenging, and he's a good friend of mine. And I asked him, "Don't take that picture. I don't want, because I knew what he was going to do with it." And he did anyway, and he took the picture and posted it. And I got word that, "Oh, I saw you with Sam Jackson on so and so picture," and then, and I asked Sam not to take a picture and to post it, and he did. But then that's Sam Jackson,
Yeah, I was just curious. I think I just have a comment because I'm going to be leaving because of another application. But I'm very thankful that you're on the show today. I hope that we have other opportunities where you join us to have a better dialogue about the state of Liberia right now. I do agree with you that our country is on a decline. I don't care what anybody says. This decline is not only on the responsibility of this government, but I think this government has a greater role to play in the decline. I think you're right. There's things that are relating to infrastructure, the mindset of Liberia, the pursuit of happiness, as we will call it in other parts of the world, good governance, all of those things. I can't see anything positive about them in the past couple of years, and I was just there in January. So I want to thank you for joining us. Your contribution was well taken. And Councilman Russell, I have to go. I will see you guys another time. You didn't do good today to my husband. You gave my husband childhood nickname to Stanton, and that will not good at all, because you know how you can be talking in here to the public of Liberia. So
Pushing two.
Your bar, you see, if you talking there, your pastor, and
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Thank you, man. Oh, so let's get to Kev Hassan. Let's get back to your observation in the country.
Yes, Stanton, quickly,
yes, sir.
If you don't mind. I just hope that the people of Liberia do not think that the way life is today is normal. It is not normal. Okay? Let's keep that in mind, so that we can work hard to help these people, and maybe our government will propose some new approaches and maybe set some new goals and objectives for the people of the country. I think they should come first. Those people, the people of Liberia, are the priority.
Thank you, Brother Kev.
Yes, Victor. First of all, the comments on the first tip that you listen to. The last time you have your one-on-one show with the CEO, you talk about the media. One of the media role is to educate the people. Talk about education, right? And
Yes.
you talk about to be truthful and present the whole story to the people and let the people decide. The tip that you listen to, I wish you could have listened to the whole tip so you can listen to the factor which that caused the rice was low in the country on the market, so you can make a more informed decision or comment on that. So I just want to throw that in. I will urge you to listen the tip that was played on the comments minister to listen to the whole tip, and then you get a better understanding. And you also said,
Well,
go ahead.
the news sometimes reports what is the most interesting part of the of the story, and that's what played out, and that's what I heard from the news on the radio stations.
Yeah, but we
So I
also
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but we need to also. I mean, if there's a different side to that story, please tell it so our public can understand it.
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when people get the whole story, then the people can make a decision. They can understand it better. So that's what I'm saying, because
But
when you give,
they don't have the whole story. That's the question. That's the point. They've
yeah,
only heard what I have heard. So if you have the story, why don't you summarize it? I think that'd be wonderful.
we do have the whole story. We do have the whole tape. I think we should have played the whole tape. That's what I'm saying. We do have the whole
No,
tape.
I didn't play the tape. I'm just saying to
No,
you.
I said there's the whole tape.
You know the whole story. Summarize it for the public so we can understand it better.
Yeah, I did that yesterday. We talked about that yesterday. About the importers wanted to increase the price of rice, and the president said no. So that's some of the argument that led to the low price on the market, because there was kind of a tug of war between the commerce ministry with the importers, because they wanted to increase the price. So she said it on the tip, and then the president was on the side of the Liberian people. So
Okay.
so they had, because rice is $13, the lowest in that region. You stated that not much difference in, but the difference that I want to draw your attention to, under JMB, the former vice president regime, price was $16. Under this president, it's $10. It's $13. It been $13 for a very long time. So this has
I didn't talk. Oh, well, listen, I didn't talk about pricing. I talked about shortage.
No, but
and what I heard.
I'm just giving you the other side to it. That's not. I'm just
Okay.
giving you the other side. You said that's not many changes, because when the CEO asks you, you talk about not many changes. But the bread and butter issue is some of the changes. The basic, in Liberia, that rice business is something that we love. So that setting that being stable under this government. So we should acknowledge that, and I want you to acknowledge that and do your own.
Well,
Yes, there is $13.
if that's the case,
Mhm.
If that's the case, that's good for the people.
Yes,
That is a good
that's
thing for the people. But if there's no rice, you can have $113 bills sitting around. You couldn't get the rice, you would not
true.
get
But
it.
there's,
Period.
but yes, what I'm saying to you is that some of the issue. That's what brought some of this rice issue. Let me move forward. You talk about how many. I want you to do your case study. There's our university. There's a free education in our university. It was not there in the past government. Our mom and pops around who all this and my Mary old man that go to the market now they will not take the market money and pay for university. It's there. Construction of the road, the rehab road in Pinsville is under this government. Construction of the fairground road in Buchanan, Grand Bassa, under this government. I give you a few. Construction of the house.
Hold on, Kev. Vita want to say something. Hold on, please.
I'm not talking about construction of roads. I'm talking about quality and repairs of roads. You have roads that are. I mean, I've been driving and had to put air in the tire today because of the roads and dirty cars. Muddy cars. What's the justification for that? If you cannot maintain what you have now, why are you building new roads? I'm seeing that you're running a campaign here, which is fine, but why are you building new roads if you cannot maintain what you have now? That's the question.
Okay, let me answer you. Victor, let me say this. This government met this country in a very poor state. So it's a working process. As you know, the global economy went down. We had an effect. I guess you agree with me. So in 4.5 years, it's impossible for you to go and make a brand new city. That's reality. So you definitely see some things, but this government, I want you to look at what is government doing. That's what we need to look at as we speak. And today, as we speak today, electricity is going to be much better in Liberia than post-war. Be better, under this government. They just signed a deal with a company in Abidjan that we're going to improve. We're going to see electricity in the dry season. You're going to get electricity. So we're going to have more improvements. So I want you to look at what this government doing versus, and they say, I'm not saying. So you may walk and think that, oh no, I'm not saying this, but there's a lot of things going on we can explain to you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so you see, you're talking about what's to come. I'm talking about my immediate observations. What I am seeing. It's a big difference between the two. You're talking about the wonderful things that are coming, which is great.
No, but I also tell you it's already here.
My observation.
Kev, let Vita speak, and you have your time, please.
And my observations are my observations. I'm not saying you're not making plans to do all these wonderful things. No, I'm not trying to diss the administration of Liberia. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just giving you a very simple and clear observation.
Okay. Thank you. Let's get to Councilman. We'll come back, Kev. We gave you enough time. Let's bring in Councilman.
Just 10 seconds, please, sir. Just 10 seconds.
Real quick, Kev. Real quick, please.
One of the things I want you to look at, dialysis center. First, is there. So if you want to know some of the things are now, dialysis center. Never in our country we do have it. People used to travel to have it. We have it. right now. So we have so many things that I can point out to you. The oxygen plant just opened yesterday. I guess you saw it in the news.
I heard
So,
you.
Thank you, Kev.
so
Yep.
there's a thing.
Thank you, Kev. Councilman, can you weigh in on the conversation?
It's just I mean, this deep sense of denialism is it, I mean, makes it makes you want to throw up. I was just in Liberia in April. And before that, I was in Liberia in February of this year, 2022. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why we here in the diaspora and many of us are running for positions here, building our capacity, learning the system, and learning, how to be accountable, and hopefully some of us will have an opportunity to work to try to improve and develop the system in Liberia. But what I saw in February and what I saw in April of this year coincide with what Victor is saying. So for anyone to deny that is not happening or that's not the case is mind-boggling. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, and it doesn't mean that you don't like the government or I just had a meeting with government official today. We're always working to try to see how best we can support what we have going back home in Liberia to help the people. I have a long track record of doing that. Many of us, you do, many of us do. But the fact of the matter is that things are abysmal. So to come and paint this sort of rosy picture and take it personal, and always want to shift the blame and it's not us. It was the previous government. Oh, but we are doing this, and it's a disservice to the people. We are not being we're not being honest with ourselves, and let alone with the people. So the issue of rice shortage, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and I mean we have to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. We can still love our country, but hold our leaders accountable. And and that's what I continue to do in my public service here. I meet with government officials, political leaders and appointed leaders, but I always I'm always certain to tell them about some of the ills that I'm seeing in the country. And that is the truth. That doesn't mean that I don't like where I'm from or where I grew up. So it is true that, I mean, there's very substandard roads that are being built. So to highlight, a dialysis machine, I mean, it's great, but we need more than just dialysis machine. We have a leadership crisis in the country. Stanton and Kev and Victor, there is a spectacular failure of leadership in this country, and there's no denying that. There's no denying that. There's not, there was not, I mean, there's, I don't know how else to put it, but we have to keep, pushing, and I do give the people of Liberia a lot of credit, and I like what you said, Victor. You know, a lot of things have been normalized in the country. This is not normal. It's
Right.
not normal. It is not normal. You know, and you know, we are conditioned now to, you know, to think that a lot of what we see in the country is how things are supposed to be. No, they're not supposed to be that way.
I'm sorry, Councilman. Let's hear from Victor, then we'll go
May I
to the
just,
phone line. Let's hear from Victor,
okay.
then we'll go to the phone line, please.
See,
Quickly, and I'll be
after,
brief.
please.
When I came here, I had come with the intention of showing off my country, taking pictures I brought my camera, my phone, and it takes good pictures, video. And I was going to go back because I host a program called One on One with Victor Hogstrom on television that goes throughout the whole state of Kansas. And I was planning to do a little mini documentary on Liberia, and I changed my mind because I didn't want to present Liberia in a negative light. The other day I was watching, before I came over, I was watching, and I'll be brief, Stanton. Bear with me a second.
No, take your time, sir.
I was
Go ahead.
watching Good Morning America, and I saw a robin in Accra. Do you know, Honorable Hassan, that brought tears to my eyes? There was Good Morning America, ABC News, promoting Ghana. And I said, what happened to Liberia? Why not Liberia? The connection between the United States and Liberia is much stronger compared to the United States and Ghana. But you see, Ghana is stealing the show. I also met someone that works with the government, and we had a long discussion on the plane. And this was about, and I said, let me give you the perception how Liberia is perceived abroad. You know, because with my background in international relations and political science, when communications, I decided I should share this. Liberia is perceived having trust issues with the international system. Liberia is perceived having respect issues with the international system, and credibility issues and believability. And that's why we are slow to get positive responses, you know, from other governments and from sources that we probably should be getting them from. Thank you, Stanton.
So we're going to take another 7 minutes because it's interesting, and then we will open the phone line for 10 minutes. I know we have to leave from here 6:30. Victor, before I go back to Kev Hassan, you refuse. You say, I have a change of mind. I'm not going to take the pictures. I'm not going to do a video recording. And you also said this is not normal, Stanton. You said something about this is not normal. I want you to tell Liberians tonight, if you say it's not normal, then the question remains, when was this observed by you that the situation the country in now is not normal? When?
Well, it started actually. I thought there was hope when I came here the last time. I came first in 2013, in 2016, and now 2023. Not normal because you see all of these shacks along the way. People sleep in them. You see bad roads. You see, you know, all of these things that you don't see in other countries. I'm not even bringing the United States close to this picture because it's so advanced. But if you went to Ghana, you went to Nigeria, just neighboring countries, you don't see some of these things. You know, and I just hope they don't take it to be the normal way of living. I've said that the moment I came in and I saw what I saw, you know, and I said, no, this is not normal. You know, when I lived in Monrovia, it took me, and I attended Lontcary, it took me 20 minutes, 25 minutes. What happened? Is there no plan to improve traffic flow? You have these pampans and kekes all over the place that have no respect for the streets. no rules of the road. They could get killed very easily. Don't they recognize that? These are things that we need to really think about and improve upon. And it's not right. It's not normal.
Customer, your comment, Becky. I want Victor to address the other part of my question.
Okay, because I'm going to talk about what I consider not normal.
Exactly, and then we'll bring in Kev. But let Victor address the other part of my question. Your refusal that you say, I'm not going to do the pictures, I'm not going to do the videos. Don't you think you need to, as it is right now? That 2-3 years from now, you return to Liberia, if you see changes, then you can do your comparison.
Oh no, I can produce. I mean, not produce, but I can take the pictures. But I will refuse to present my country in that light. I don't want people to think I came from some backwards place, some place that is, that is a big. How do I describe it? A big bush town, as they would say in America. No. Yeah, I mean, this is. I love Liberia. I care about the people here, and I care about the country. And I want to always project Liberia as positively as I know how, especially being in the media. I know how people interpret things when they see them on television in the United States, especially, seeing the roads and the crowds and the traffic, the unattended buildings in the country, the lack of planning, the lack of zoning, all of these things. I mean, is that something to present? Not for me.
Well, Councilman, real quick.
To do
that. Thank you, Victor. Councilman, real quick, and we can bring in Kev.
Yeah, thanks. It is not rocket science. So I'm listening to Victor, sharing these things, and I mean, it is as straightforward as you can possibly get. So to just share a little quick story with you, I have a friend too who lived in Atlanta, and he'd been there for a very long time, and he went back home, and he too, Victor, shared with me similar story that you're sharing here publicly. And what he said was that he's a photographer. Well, he's not a photographer, but he's his hobby. He likes to take pictures, so he has a really nice, fancy camera. And so he went back. He had not been back for a very long time. I'm way longer than you, Victor. He had not been back for a very, very long time. And so he went back, and he was so excited and looking forward to taking pictures, Stanton. And he said the same thing. He said he refused to take pictures because I don't want to come back. Because when I get back, he said, my wife is married to an American, and my friends, they all want to see, share pictures with me about what things are there, and he refused for that very reason. And for me, what is not normal is the artificial traffic in the country. That is, I've written about this. I've written several times, many times, about the lack of zoning in the country. The city of Brooklyn Park fire department sent 9 experts as part of a group called the Fire Rescue Committee. They sent 9 experts. And this was during the Saliva administration, and they work directly with Vice President Joseph Boakai. And they produced a report. And in that report, there was a 10-point action plan. Do you know what part of that, the recommendation? I know this because I have a copy of the report. It came out of the Brooklyn Park Fire Department. It was led by the fire chief. One of the first things on that report was that we need to improve the zoning in the country. And we thought that when people started building in Marshall, especially even folks from here, but because there was no plan, as Victor said, that folks at least would have used that opportunity to zone out, Marshall, and now people are going to, and that never happened. I've written about this. The fire department also recommended that to make the response time a little shorter and better, and to improve the quality of life of people in Monrovia, that only, I think they listed about 3 or 4 groups of folks who should have a siren and flashing lights on their cars. The president, vice president, and 2 other persons. But more importantly, the fire service, the police, and ambulances. That is very it's not normal to see all of these cars running around in the city with flashing lights and sirens, and everybody is an honorable and everybody is this. That is not normal, Stanton. So the whole lack of zoning, you have people going down to Charlesville to build. It is not laid out. It's not. So like Victor said, you don't have to come. I'm not even talking about Brooklyn Park. I'm not even talking about Minnesota. Go to Kano, Nigeria, where I lived for 3 years. It is zoned out, Stanton. Go to Accra. It is zoned out. So this is not a Western phenomenon. Go to the Windhoek in Namibia. I was driving there 3 o'clock in the morning. People were still stopped. There was no cars on the street. They were still stopping for the traffic light. It is not normal for folks to just run through and do the things that they were doing.
Thank you, Councilman. Let's bring in Kev Hassan. I appreciate you, Victor. Kev, let one down on you, and we can go to the phone line, please.
Okay. When I listen to Councilman and Russell and Victor, it reminds me, I am a registered Republican. When we had an issue, right? I decided to vote for Barack because of the same issue for the second time. Because Republicans made that same argument that I'm hearing from you guys. That argument to say, you're not fixing it enough. Even your 4 years, you're not fixing it enough. The people need to take you from there. And guess what happened? The people of America made that decision and vote Barack for the second time. Because they know you cannot fix it in full. He could not fix the problem in America in 4 years. We are talking about a rich country of the United States, a rich country, the richest country in the world. Victor, we can speak on that. You know, the people in America decided that we're not going to buy that talking point that coming from Councilman and Wilfred. That kind of talking point. By the way, I'm not surprised by him saying that, because he on the other side of the political side in Liberia, he's supporting the communist side. So he will come on the show and they'll say, but I think if I was advising Mr. Russell, he should not pick side, because if you want to run in America for the mayor of Brooklyn Park, you want to represent all Liberians there and Americans, American Liberians. Don't pick side there, and that's why I choose not to support him. That's why I choose to tell my people in Minnesota to go against him, because I think he should not pick side in Liberia, pick the Comey side, the ANC side. And that's why I would tell my people not to vote for him.
Thank you, Kev.
But let me say this. Still, let me finish.
Kev, we are not talking about his look, Kev. We
No,
are not
I'm
talking about Kev.
for him. I'm
Kev,
going forward.
Kev, thank you. Kev, thank you. Kev, thank you.
But
Thank you, Kev.
Stanton, I need to correct the
Kev.
both his lie that this guy is
But
talking.
listen,
Still, let
Kev,
me
we
go
have
forward.
a guest panelist. Kev, listen to me, please. We have a guest panelist, Mr. Victor Hogstrom. We have Councilman Winfred Russell. We are discussing the issue on Liberia. We are not talking about Councilman Russell local politics. That was a cheap one. We cannot do that.
But
Sir.
did you not listen to him when he
Kev
called
Hassan.
crazy?
Kev Hassan.
When he called myself crazy, still?
Kev, we will not do it on the show, please.
Let me finish. No, let me finish.
Kev, I want you to understand. We will not attack him on his local politics. We
He
will
called
not do it on
myself
the show.
crazy.
Kev, I'm done. We will not do it on the show. So finish up, and he will reply, please.
Yeah, I'm not going to finish, but I'm not. Let me say this. What I'm saying here is that you cannot hold this government responsible. You cannot hold this government responsible for what happened at our country in this state. The government, this president is the fixer. We should go and talk about what this president is doing. That should be the argument. What are you doing? Not because you see traffic, not because you see old car parking. In 4.5 years, you expect this president to fix a 175-year-old problem. We expect this government. Where was Mr. Russell's voice? The last government. Where was Mr. Russell Post? The last government. Why he was not speaking? The last government. The reason we are saying this is not because we don't know the challenges that we face, but it's the hypocrisy in high places that coming from some of these folks. That's what we're talking about, because we are fixing it. This president fixing this thing. Mr. Russell will not talk about the homes that this president building. No, he will not talk about that. He will not talk about the oxygen and plant, the dialysis. Matter of fact, he crying it down. He beating the dialysis. The lives are being saved. He's not talking about it, CEO. But he on the show and bringing down the government. So I think that's why you see me, CEO. I have to go and
I think Vita is coming back. Vita is back. But Vita is back. Russell, we'll give you the chance for you to comment. We gotta go to the phone line, guys. I will give Mr. Hogstrom, Vita, the last word, then we go to the phone line. But Russell, let me allow you the time to respond, please.
Thank you, Stanton. It is a bold-faced lie that I am supporting any one political party in Liberia. It is not true, and it's very disingenuous on the part of Kev Hassan to put out such lies. What I am talking about, I'm talking about my observation of things I have seen in Liberia during all my visit, and I work with all of the various government agencies and ministries to try to improve the lives of people in Liberia. I have no ill will or malice towards any government official or this particular government. But the truth of the matter is this government has failed spectacularly. I mean, it's just what it is. During the last administration, during Madam Sirleaf, what I talked about the zoning and the plan that I talked about, the 10-point plan that the City of Brooklyn Park Fire Rescue Committee presented, it was not during this government. It was during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration when we made all the recommendations how they have to improve upon traffic and just simple things that could improve traffic in the country. So I've always spoken out about the ills in our society. I've written. I wrote when Mary Burrow was there, was a city mayor when she was briefly suspended. I presented a plan to the city of how we can improve the city governance process. So I've always, I have criticized and brought constructive criticism with solutions attached when they've been necessary to the previous government and to this government, and I continuously work with them. I mean, like I told you a few minutes ago, I was just working with a government official yet today. I'm meeting with him, trying to provide some
You care to
supplies.
tell us who that government official is?
The current director of police of
Patrick Sudu?
Yes, the Liberian National Police. So we have a meeting set up with him.
Let me ask you a couple of real quick questions.
Sure.
One, you today you met Patrick Sudu. We understand Patrick Sudu worked for the government. Two, have you met Jefferson Koji?
I've met Jefferson Koji. In
Amen.
fact,
So who are all the government officials have you met since they have visited? I mean, they were in Brooklyn Park. They visited the city. Can you name some of them for the sake of our audience?
Yeah,
So show that there's not one side of them.
Yeah. There's not. It's a very we have a sunshine process here. So everything is in the open. There's no secret meetings or anything going on here. So you're right, Stanton. So the public needs to know that when we see things going array as they are in Liberia, we're going to speak out. But that doesn't mean that we are not going to work with relevant government officials to try to help to improve those things. So now today I had a meeting with the current National Police Chief, Patrick Sudu, and we have a subsequent meeting coming up next week with our fire chief and our police chief to see what kind of resources that we can marshal to help the Liberian National Police. And you have to remember that Brooklyn Park is the 4th largest city in the metro. So we are a pretty big city. And we have a lot of resources. So those are some of the things that we're working on. Prior to Patrick Sudu coming, I met with Jefferson Koji, had a meeting with him, more or less roll out the carpet for him. Took him to our water treatment plant and took him to our solar farm. We have the largest solar farm in the state of Minnesota. The city does. Took him to our waste management system. I have pictures and all of that to show. Working with him outside of COVID. I mean, we had a plan to meet. We're going to build a park work with him to build a park in Monrovia and build a park in Gardnersville. One of his assistants just called me this morning. Matter of fact, and said, "Oh man, when you came to Liberia, we didn't see you." I said, "Well, I'm
sorry again. I'm sorry. I know we have this show on Friday or Saturday, but you are explaining to Liberians that you are not supporting any one political party in the country. You are there advocating for Liberians.
Exactly.
And thereof, you are meeting Liberian current government officials.
And one last thing, Stanton. Before I said this on your show the last time, but for the sake of this conversation, I repeat. So some of the things that we do at a local level. So when I'm not on the city council, my day job is I coordinate COVID-19 response for the state of Minnesota. So we had a lot of excess vaccine during the height of the COVID pandemic, and guess where some of those vaccines went? To Liberia. And guess who did we talk to arrange to get some of those vaccines there? Okay, cool. Kev Hassan's buddy, the former Minister of State. Okay, we worked through Senator Tina Smith's office, Commissioner Jeff Lundy's
You
office.
and you work alongside with Nathaniel McGill.
Well, yeah, with his
Wow.
with his office and the senator's
With his
office.
office.
Yeah, the senator
Wow.
office. You know, to get some of those excess vaccines to not just Liberia, but to Ghana and several other African countries. So these are things that Mr. Hassan obviously doesn't know, or maybe the public that doesn't know. And this is not things we want to come up here and gloat about, but we are working to ensure that the people lives are improved, that the quality of life is improved, and we as best as we can. This is part of what we do. So
thank you,
and
Councilman.
there are many more. I'm not even going to talk about the elected officials, but I'm just talking about the government, the relevant appointed government officials that we've been working with to try to
What's the population in Brooklyn Park? What's the population for Liberia?
The population in Brooklyn Park is about 87,000.
The Liberian population?
The Liberian population as of the 2020 census is 15,000. Wow. We have the largest concentration of Liberians outside of Liberia, concentrated in one area.
Wow. Peter Hogstrom, we want to say thank you for joining us. Give us the last word. We go to the phone line for only 4 minutes, sir. You heard what Councilman saying, man. A little over 15,000 Liberians. That's huge. He's muted. Aaron, you got to unmute yourself, Aaron. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I was making a joke. Liberians own Brooklyn Park. So what I like to say is that I hope that these comments will be taken constructively, because I think both the councilman and I do mean well. We do not want to create the impression that we're trying to we dislike Liberia or the administration. That's not the case. These are simply careful observations. I know some of these changes or these matters we pointed out will be difficult. I understand that. Difficult to change and improve upon, especially when it comes to zoning. But folks, we need to work towards some goals and objectives. We need to determine how we can best improve our country, physically, economically, socially, and just bring everyone together and have happy families. That's what I'm all about. With people working, enjoying life, and raising their children, educating their children with quality. And the key word here is quality education, healthcare, better roads for the people to drive on and travel, because roads also mean communication and the moving of food from one county, one city to the other, transporting goods and products, so that the people of Liberia will it'll help them live a better life.
Thank you very much. We want to say we're going to
ask Victor a question?
Very quick. Yeah, very quick, sir.
One of the things I'm passionate about, Victor, I have been haven't had the wherewithal to make it happen, is that, as you know, in Liberia, radio is very powerful. So many people are listening to us now on multiple radio stations. I don't know the number of radio stations that are part of the Spoon Network, but I'm sure there are more than
You're
two.
on three, right? You're on three right now.
So 3 radio stations, and the radio stations all over the country. I remember when I served in River G, Fishtown. One of the ways we were able to get our messages out about Ebola and all of that was to use the local radio station. So my question to you, Victor, with your expertise and your connection, and you are CEO of 2 or 3 major PBS networks in Kansas. How in the States we have a grouping of all of these small, public radio television stations. You know, they're all part of the public broadcasting system, and you have, you know, even at the community radio level, many people around the country, as you well know. I'm not telling you something you don't know already. Many people around the country rely heavily on these radio stations for economic development, for you know, the information around healthcare. I mean, so it's a source of development. So what can you do, or how can you help? Because one of the things I would like to see, and we can work on this together. I mean, I'm very passionate about this because, like I said earlier, my background is in broadcasting. I'm not, I'm not a practicing, journalist or broadcaster, but I have training in that. But a grouping of all of these local radio stations that I think would initially built by USAID or funded by USAID, where we have some sort of the Liberian radio network, the Liberian broadcasting network, for lack of a better word. But how can you help? Bringing them together for training. Here in the States, we have a lot of conferences. We're updating our skills.
So you miss our one-on-one.
Oh,
you answered a lot of those questions.
Okay, really? Okay, yes, I did. I should.
Well, I'm pleased to say that tomorrow morning I'll be conducting a 2-hour workshop for ELBC on several topics at around 10 o'clock in the morning for them.
Okay.
No charge. Okay. Free of charge.
Free of charge.
So,
yes.
But I've tried before in the past to try to make ELBC a powerful station, a network, but that attempt failed. Okay. And I still have, I have a vision for Liberia personally and goals and objectives for this country. But if people in the country would like to have me come and consult with them, talk about how we can better improve. I talked about education in use of broadcasting for educational purposes. It's a massive failure in this country. And I think the other thing is the government could support its broadcasting system more to utilize greater benefits to help teach the public more things. And that's not happening. So I'm available anytime. Thank you.
And definitely want to just announce that as we move on, guys, I'm very sorry, 6:33 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:33 p.m. Liberian Time. Because of the discussion, we cannot take questions. We will be closing on the program tonight. We hope I was trying to squeeze in time for question, but we went over the 6:30 mark. So we want to say, let's do our closing, a wonderful show, and we look forward to meeting again. I believe we'll schedule something, Vita, when you're back in the state that we can meet, and also have interest, and then we'll discuss further. But I'm happy to hear you are doing a workshop with your ELBC folks, and I think that the message is getting around that someone like you, that blood, sweat into media, journalism, communication, willing to help Liberians. Most of them are happy. Let's just wrap this thing up, and we can call this good night. 2 hours, 33 minutes. I know you got to go back home, Vita, and I want you to go back home when folks are on the street. So I shouldn't keep you too long. Yeah.
Well,
let's try to wrap this thing up.
It's been a pleasure. Councilman, look forward to meeting you one of these days. And
yes,
Honorable
sure.
Hassan, look forward to seeing you before I leave. Are you there?
He's here in the United States. So when you get back, we will find time to see you.
Oh, he's in the United States.
Yeah, Hassan is in Maryland.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, I'm in Maryland. Yeah.
You should put the supers up on the corners, Maryland and Monrovia and Minnesota. So and you in what, Florida?
No, right now I'm in Jersey today.
Oh, Jersey. Okay.
Yes, I'm in Jersey,
What a
and the
worldwide broadcast. Very good.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
it is. We try to do our best, but I want to say thank you, Victor, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. And do you have a schedule with Miss Titi Kane? I believe you have one coming up.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, Friday.
Yeah. Friday. Oh, so
I'll be
Miss
back
Titi
here on
Kane
Friday. Yes.
will be hosting you in the Spoon Studio on Friday. We want to say thank you very
Right.
much, Victor, and have a good evening.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Councilman, and the
Well,
last word, sir.
yeah, thank you. I mean, this is you know, it was a wonderful opportunity to come on and chime in and add my voice to the conversation, the discourse around politics in Liberia and all things Liberian. So I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm also looking forward to connecting with you and Victor. You know, like I said earlier, I heard about him, I read about him because I'm in communications too. Even though I mean that's what my original training was in. So I know about him. I've not met him before, and so thanks for giving me the opportunity to meet him and all of that. So I'm looking forward to us maybe sitting together and strategizing of how we can help the local broadcasters in Liberia with some training opportunities and some scholarship opportunities. To because that's how I came to the States, Stanton. I came to the U.S. on a broadcasting scholarship, communication scholarship. That's how from the refugee camp. So I like to do everything possible to give back to as well. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. But more importantly, I am looking forward to you all coming here this weekend. So folks, the Spoon TV team will be in Minnesota, canvassing, door knocking, supporting Liberian candidates. There are 4 Liberian candidates who are running in elected positions here in Minnesota. And so they will be here to work with us, to help get out the vote, the GOTV, get out the vote. We'll be rolling out the GOTV platform this weekend, so come on over. We'll be here in Brooklyn Park. So Stanton and the team and the rest of the folks will be here. So we are very, 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 very grateful, Stanton.
Man, what's the weather look like, man? What's the weather look like?
The weather is unseasonably nice. It's about 60 degrees. Now
Okay.
last weekend it was nicer, but this weekend, so it's not snowing yet.
No, please keep it better, please.
Yeah,
please. Don't change the weather on us.
All right.
We'll be there. So what are some of the plans?
We are hoping to do a town hall with folks can come through. There'll be a number of folks who are looking forward to meeting you all and engaging you all. There are many folks.
Do you have location? You want to announce the location?
I would just say we'll be in Brooklyn Park. So Brooklyn Park, we put the venue out because we're still trying to secure what would be the best venue for you guys. I don't know if we need to make it big because it would be a lot of crowd, or we make it small and intimate. So depending on what you guys, because I did hear some of you guys say that you were like a live audience. So if you want a live audience,
we'll be going live on Spoon. We would make this live. We have family friends in Minnesota, the Ralph Payne, the Jefferson Dennis, the Dennis family, the Payne family. We want to send an announcement to all of our many folks. Musa Keita, and many of them that have been calling me. We will be in Minnesota. We want to meet you. We want to shake hands. We want to eat. We want to laugh. We want to joke. And most importantly, we want to get out and do door knocking.
Yes.
Again, asking folks, our brothers and sisters, Liberians, non-Liberians, to give Councilman Russell the chance, to give those guys the chance because we trust him. They will do better for the community. They will do better for the state. They will do better for each and everyone within their district. So it's not only about Liberians, it's about the district, it's about the city, it's about the state. So this will improve our life. So we want to say we appreciate you, Councilman, and that we will be there by God's grace on Friday, and we will spend the rest of the Saturday together, making sure we are doing what you asked us to do.
Thank you. And so, by way of announcement, so we'll be door knocking Huntington Place apartment, Willowbrook and Willow Park apartment, Autumn Ridge apartment, so Pebble Creek apartment, Kensington apartment, and in Villa de Coronado apartments. So those apartment complexes is where you will find a lot of our people. So if you live in any of those apartments, so just look out on Saturday. You may get a knock on your door from Benjamin Sanvey or Stanton Witherspoon or Dr. Peabody or any one of your favorite Spoon TV panelists. Tomlin George, he's always back and forth in Minneapolis, in the Minnesota area, so he has a lot of folks here too as well. So look out for any one of these guys. They'll be here. So so if you have to work that day, call off and just stay home and wait for the knock on your door from one of the Spoon TV guys.
Okay, somebody is calling from Minnesota. Let's just take this call and hear what the person is. Stanton, I'm in Minnesota. Let me see. What's your name, sir? What's your name?
My name is Michael Mamlu.
Michael Mamlu, we will be there. We hope to meet with you. And we hope to meet with you. We just can't wait. Again, we're looking forward speaking to you and seeing you and having a fun time as we reintroduce Councilman Russell and the rest of the team.
Thank you very much. Russell's my man. He's a good guy, and so I will be there. And you're my own licensed man, start from Louisiana.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. It's good to hear you, man. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Folks, I'm so sorry. If you want us to take calls, come back, join us tomorrow. We will take calls tomorrow, but right now we have to go. I'm sorry. Another call coming in. We just can't take calls, but we'll open the line tomorrow just for the Minnesota folks as we plan our visit to Minnesota. First in history, I'm going to visit Minnesota on Friday. I wish to see every one of you guys. Let's have fun. Councilman Russell, let's just give Kev Hassan the chance to speak as he do his closing. From there, we all can leave. Honorable Kev. Kev, you are muted, Kev. You are muted.
Yeah, well, I just want to, to announce a lot of good stuff going on in the country. The port of Liberia, the restriction has been lifted. Yeah, currently, as we speak, they're dredging in process. So we will be having large vessels will be coming into our country. It's a good thing. And, the Minister of Commerce actually went down in the high sea, visited some of the spots there. So it's something that in process as to speak, trading going on. So Liberian people, a lot of this happening. And also the electricity that's coming, the dry season in Nigeria will not be the same again. Under this government, we will be having lights that normally rainy season we will have light because of the hydro dry season. We have some issue, but that issue now being taken care of. So people will be paying, a very, very low, 50 cents per kilowatt, people will be paying the household, so businesses will be kind of paying 22 cents, per 10 kilowatt. So we see that the past it was 35 cents, but now things going down, so it's a good day for Liberia. So folks who don't know that stuff happening, listen, and don't follow what people are saying out there. Just go out and check, and you will see it. And when we talk about light in the dry season, you will see the light. It's not something that we're talking about. It will not be there. If you follow the social media today, you see you guys saw the signing ceremony and everything. So things are moving. Things are moving, and then the rice will not be $16. It will be $13. It's not going to go up. The rice will not go up. Folks are pushing this government to put the price up. The opposition people are going on different programs, think it will be better for the price to go up. But no, we have the lowest in our region. The rice band stable. Things went a little bit shaky, but it's back on track. So things will be things picking up. Things picking up. So, like I said early on, when folks speak, it sounds like what the Republicans in America was doing against Barack. What the guys were doing was telling the American people, "Oh, he's not doing it enough within 4 years." And the American people decided on Barack. They said, "Look, we had a serious issue." They know the issue, and they vote for him for the second time because they know that you cannot not solve the 175 years issue in 4.5 years. It's impossible. One, two, people who have all the opportunity, who had all the opportunity. The same people now talking, they want to come back. The same people. So my last word I would say, today is that I'm a supporter of this government. I don't care who you are. You bring this a little information or attack my government, I will attack you because we have to fix this country. You belong to your side, I belong to my side. I don't care who you are. Politics is interest. It's my interest. So I am not. I'm not going after anybody because I want to go after you. But you come to attack because you have affiliation with some other political party. You have friends, and you want to come and mislead the public. I will go after you. I'm not going to sit here and let it slide.
Okay, if you will not do it on the show, we'll protect our guests. You will find a show to attack them. You will do a podcast. You will attack them. You will not attack a guest on the show.
But okay, let me say this.
Kev, let me finish. Kev, you had a long time talking. Let me finish.
Yeah, but when you say I want,
Kev, you had a long time speaking. I beg you, Kev, please.
Go ahead.
We'll not argue at the end of the show. You will not. We will. Yes, but you got to stop interrupting. Again, if you want to attack anyone that go against your government, you will ask for time, and you will say on your own podcast, you can buy time from the Very Spoon Network, and you can have a long podcast to attack them. But when we are on the Spoon Talk, and we invite a guest on the Spoon Talk, you will not attack the guest.
Even though the guest is attacking,
you will not attack the guest.
So I should sit
back here. Kev, let me finish, please.
No, if you say that, I just want to know.
Kev, let me finish, please. Let me finish. Let's stop this. The government of Liberia is not you alone government. The thing about my government, No, it's everybody government. You have Kev, let me finish, please. I can mute myself. You can speak when you finish, and you are given the time to speak. But let me finish. The thing about my government, the government of Liberia is everybody government. The government of Liberia will receive criticism, good criticism, bad criticism. All these things will enhance the government performance to do better. We will not go after our guests. You have a show. We have an agreement with them. They will come on our show. They will speak, and you can go ahead and checkmate them, but you will not attack them. You explain about the stuff this government is doing. Dialysis center, oxygen machine, building roads, paying the student fees, wired fees. You can explain all of that. Those things are not attack. For your meaning of attack, we'll not do it, Kev. We won't do it. It is important. No, you will not get second because you finish speaking, Kev. You will not get second. Thank you. We will not go back and forth. You finish speaking, Kev. Kev, you finish speaking. It's only you and myself on the show. Two brothers from different mother. You finish speaking. My thing is that. Kev, you say we're rocking. You say we're rocking. No problem. We can rock it. But yeah, if you want to rock it, we're rocking.
Yeah, no problem. Calling my comment crazy. Yeah, James. The man calling my comment crazy. They ain't stopping. The man said we there's something I want here. I'll listen to him.
Your argument. Let me say this to you. Your argument, Kev, right? Your argument to defend. Your argument, Kev. Your argument in defending the government. You know, let me say this to you. Sometimes you can misplace your argument, and you're doing it again. Sometimes you go under your own skin, Kev. Sometimes your points are valid, but your presentation is wrong. I will say it, my man. The government are everybody government. It's not Kev Hassan government. The government are everybody government. Everybody will not defend this government like you are doing, Kev. It's your right to defend the government. Why can't you attack me? Why can't you attack me one day?
Punches, I mean,
okay.
We'll rock it.
Yeah. I've done this, but the issue is that the man said he's not supporting. The man said he's not supporting Cummings. What your business? You said that the man was supporting Cummings. But we want to give thanks. We want to give thanks to Victor Hogstrom. We want to give thanks to winning firm.
That Barack, he's not supporting Cummings.
And one of the things, Eric Robinson. He's not supporting Cummings. Something, Kev. Sometimes your argument can be so legit, can be so good, but your presentation can be off because you won't make this about you. And I always said this to you, Kev. It should give me a chance. Let me finish. I'm begging you, Kev. Let me finish. Hey, God, you're doing it again. It should never be about Kev Hassan. And I said this to the Liberian people yesterday, Kev. 2023 election. It's President George Manawiya versus the Liberian people. You know me, Kev. You must talk every second. We'll leave for the show again. You will start talking to me for 2-3 hours and I will fall asleep on you. You know that's what we do. But I will say this to you, Kefiko. The election is about President George Manawiya and the Liberian people. It's not about George Manawiya.
I say anything.
Good day.
I'm not saying. The man throw the first shot.
I gave him a chance.
Between you and your woman, thank God Ben and that Tomolin is not there.
That's why you don't say good, eh? I say my change. You say my change.
I was talking to
say my change.
talking
They better defend
to
me.
I was talking to Victor. I will give you all the goodies that we get. Oh, the man come on, the man say some people do crazy talk.
These people are not criticizing Kev Hassan. These guys are not criticizing the government. These guys are not criticizing the government to bring the government down. These are constructive criticism. These are criticism that will elevate the government. Kev Hassan.
But this man,
but let me finish now.
But this man, I get his post. I get the man post right here.
Let me finish, Kev.
I get the man post.
Kev, let me finish. Kev, let me finish, please. Aaron Kuban.
Trying to make it up by talking to.
Kev, let me finish. Babi, Nambatibon. Let it be so bad, please. Let me finish. Let me say this. We are having a show all the time. Ben was very strong today defending Musa Bedete Liberty Party. Sharon Bronsky have declared that she will be running District number 3, Grand Bassa County. And she asking for the blessing. She wants the Liberty Party CPP to bless her and to acknowledge that accept her to be a candidate in the race 2023 for Representative District number 3. That's bold step. I think that's very interesting. I want to say election is getting closer. It's going to be rough, Aaron. Good that you know it's going to be very, very rough out there. A lot of things happening. The country, a lot of things happening. The country is where the country is right now because I think this government, President George Manners government made a lot of mistakes. Mistake from the COVID time. It was COVID. They put blame on COVID. And, but can the president make a change? Yeah. He still have some time to give hope to the people, to help improve the system. Keke on the street, we shouldn't put this on the government. And I would guess they didn't put it on the government. Pen on the street corner, it's not the government. But can they improve? Can they put in a plan that will help, the system of the pen and Keke riders and, system within the country? This will not happen overnight. That's why when I look at Kev, I say you have a story to tell. Don't make this about yourself. Don't first of all say my government. If you say my government, you bring that separation. It's about the Liberian people versus George Manners Weah. It's about the Liberian people asking the president, what have you done for us? 5 years, 6 years. And the president, George Manners Weah, answered them. It's about you that are out there. You voted for President Weah. You gave him 14 counties out of 15. The only county you get Joseph Walker was Lofa. You have hope in this president. You believe in this president. You saw him. He presented himself to you as Moses, taking you through the Red Sea and hoping to get you to the promised land. The question is, are you on the promised land? My answer would be no. Are you in the middle of the Red Sea? My answer is yes. So, Liberian, as you listen to us while we do our closing, if somebody will say, no, Stanton, we are not in the middle of the Red Sea. We are between the Red Sea and the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, army. We are right there, and we stay praying. It is important for us to understand that can George Manners Weah do a persuasive and impersuasive cross-forwarding to score the goal? Can he turn this around? Can he give you that hope again? I mean, that's the question. Some sedition will be mad. They're all right. They need to get bad. But have they done enough that you can give them your vote? And after you answer the question, whether yes or no, then you ask yourself, what about the opposition? Have Joseph Boakai demonstrated enough that he can lead you? Mr. Cummings, is he dead? Can you trust Mr. Cummings? Can you trust the surrounding of Mr. Cummings? Tewon Gonglo, can you trust Tewon Gonglo? Same of Freeman. So let's create a index card. Good day. Let's have the names of the political leaders. And let's give it to the Liberian people. Let's give it to them. Let's distribute it to them. And let's make them to understand. President Weah is president now. Have he done enough? Can you vote for him again? Then we go to the next person, Joseph Boakai, been there for 40 years, 12 years as vice president. Can you vote for Joseph Boakai? Can you trust Joseph Boakai and his surrounding? Did he perform well when he served as vice president? What did he do? Can he bring food to your table? Can he increase the education standard in the country? Can Joseph Boakai deliver for you? Then you go to Mr. Cummings. Who is Mr. Cummings? Have you worked in government? Is Mr. Cummings' work is all talk? Can Mr. Cummings stop this thing he's fighting against? Tewon Gonglo, the same question. Let's ask Liberian people one at a time and let the people decide. Look at everything George Manuel Weah have done since you elected him president. Everything. Look at all the complaints. Look what America is saying. Look at your very life and say, amen. If I don't vote for George Manuel Weah, can I vote for any member of the opposition? Will it be more than George Weah? Will it be better than George Weah? Or will it be worse than George Weah? Then you ask yourself, I have voted for Joseph Boakai though. What did he give me? I voted for Joseph Boakai. You ask yourself, you answer that question. 12 years, you voted for him. Because you voted for Madam Sedi, you voted for Joseph Boakai. So who in this thing I have never tasted power? Cummings, Tewon Gonglo, Madera Cooper, Samuel Freeman. Then you start naming the rest of the folks that have never tasted the presidency, whether president or vice president. And that's why we are coming to Liberia, to help our folks. That's why we will be in Newcastle, we'll be in Clariton, we'll be in West Point, we'll visit Grand Bassa, we'll go to Lofa, we'll go to Nimba. We will visit all these different counties and help the people understand the reason why this election is so important in their lives and the lives of the children, the lives of the parents, the lives of the neighbors. We need to do this. We need to do this, guys. So I'll tell my brother Kim Hassan, George Manuel Weah can be quiet, peaceful, trying hard to help Liberia. But the people of Liberia will understand, no matter what you say or what I say, this election is between President Weah and the Liberian people. This election is between President George Manuel Weah and the Liberian people. President Weah can win this election when he turns things around. President Weah can win this election when he convinces the Liberian people. President Weah can win this election when the people see that he means business and he's serious for the well-being. President Weah listen, they can beat President Weah in this election if the people think that President Weah have failed them, they will vote against him. Everyone in Liberia need to understand this. Everyone in Liberia need to understand this. You got Joseph Boakai, Mr. Cummins, Tewan Gonglo, Simon Freeman, Madera Cooper, and the rest of them. They will be making the case. So it's not about my government. You alone didn't vote for this government. You alone will not vote for this government. This government belongs to the Liberian people, and the Liberian people will decide on that day, October 10th, 2023. Kev Ahmed Hassan, I want to say thank you, my brother.
I wish
I agree with you.
I wish the way you debunking me, you could have debunked that guy and let him know that he shouldn't attack the government, because
Kev Hassan, thank you very much. It's always good to see you. And please don't call me, because I'm not talking to you for the rest of the night. Kev, I'm not talking to you for the rest of the night. Don't call me.
My government. If it
Kev Hassan, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you for the rest of the night. Please don't call me. I will answer. Don't even call your sister.
Against my government. I will
don't even call your sister, because I asked her not to answer you. All right. Good day. Good day. What's the score? What was the score? Good day. Who won? Kev, who won?
I did not watch that game.
I didn't finish it.
Listen. Good day. Kev, listen. They're picking a lie. He didn't watch the game, but he posted on Facebook though. I saw the result on Facebook. You see how I catch you? He said he didn't watch the game, but he posted on Facebook, and I saw the result. We want to say it's a good thing. But Aaron Kuban, thank you very much, Aaron. How was your test, man? I hope you aced the test, Aaron. Exam week finished?
Yes. Yeah. It's finished. We're done with it.
It's done. I
So
hope
the
you're making progress.
semester's in it.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Small.
Kev is vying to pay your next semester school fee. He just told me. So just send a report to him, and he will take care of it. Kev is a good guy. Don't mind his tabata he be talking. He's a very good guy. Hang out with Kev. He know how to protect. He know how to protect me whenever I hang around him. Kev, he said nobody come around the CEO, nobody eating with the CEO, nobody hanging around with the CEO. He gave me full protection, and I must appreciate you, Kev. I must appreciate you.
I hope Kev coming to Liberia to get prepared to vote.
Huh?
I hope Kev coming vote.
You will see me there. You will see me there.
Okay.
Kev is coming to Liberia in December.
Someone just commented and said Kev did not vote President George Weah in 2017. So I saw one of the comments.
Aaron, you want trouble, right? It's time to go.
So that person know everything about me. Why the person knows some of birth certificate now?
But Kev, I can confirm it. You did not vote in 2017.
No, Kev didn't vote.
How can you confirm it?
But you did not vote, Kev.
Confirm it now. How can you?
Kev didn't vote 2017. Kev didn't go back to Liberia. Kev didn't go back to Liberia after 30 years. When Spoon took him to Liberia.
You confirmed the thing right on the show. You said it was the CEO who was bringing you. You said it was the CEO who was bringing.
You know what important? You know what important? Next year, October, you and I will be on that stadium jubilating. While you be putting, I will be beside you.
Yeah, but the fact is, you left Liberia about 30 years plus. You did not return until the CEO brought you back to Liberia.
And you were not born at that time. Is the lady who went and organized fundraiser?
Kev Hassan was not a Weah in 2017. He became a Weah in 2021, 2022.
But you know what? I'm not gonna answer it.
I'm not answer to you. Answer about. they get sending you $100 to call her name on every program. So answer her.
I tell you.
They get it. You know, she said, James, she said, Stanton, can I get you $100? You just call my name whenever you have your show. So that's what we can handle her.
But you know,
Cash
I'm
app.
not.
Let me show you the cash app.
You know what? See, I'm not gonna go against a paid person. You know, so long you pay on Spoon. Go ahead.
No, wait. Let me show the people the cash app.
Why the president?
Look. You see the cash app? Wait, let me show you. You see the $100 she sent me, and you see cash app $100.
Yeah.
You see it? Kev, you see? The guy can send $100.
Yeah,
every week she send $100. She said, "You please call my name on your show." You see it? It's not a joke. That's your life. But James, are you seeing this, James? Everyone, you seeing it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Every week she says, "See you, please call my name on your show. I give you $100." And Kev agreed. Kev said, "Okay." So she cashed. I imagine 4 weeks that $400. Oh, Philip Bala said, "I'm gonna call his name." He was saying $25. You see, I'm gonna make money. Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying 25, so you will call my name too. Philip Bala said, "I'm gonna say, but put my phone number up, James. Let people send the cash out to the phone number. Put my phone number up. I will call him money every week. My own phone number 609. I can't get you back.
My phone is off. I can't get your number now.
609. I gave it to you.
No, they picking the computer. The key not working correct.
Can you put my number up? What kind of man is this? So
the key not working. The computer key freezing.
The one you just bought?
Yeah, when we finish, we'll work on it.
You see, she call you. She call you. She say,
man, don't answer her. I beg you, my man. Philip wants to send me $25. 609. Bye, leading her again. 609-649-4202. That's my number. 609-649-4206. That's my number. Listen, let me tell everybody. If you want us to call your name, pay the money. Kev Hassan, she sent me $100. And Philip Bala sending me $25. Who else? I won't call your name if you don't send the money. Yeah, Justin, we are $100. The woman sending me every week just to call her name. You know, that's a special shout out.
She said if she call and talk that $200.
No. I don't want her to. Yeah, $100 is enough.
So you're not okay. Not okay. $100 enough. Okay. All right.
No. That woman from ANC, $100 is enough.
Enough.
Yeah, tell her $100 is enough.
He said $100 enough. No.
Kev, don't bring the woman voice in back. You don't bring the woman voice in.
Oh,
okay. $100 is enough.
It's enough. The $100
enough. $100 is enough. Somebody said it was send 50. Bill Mohammed. Mohammed, that called building. Bill said he was send 50. Man, Bill Mohammed will send $50. I will call building. Bill, just give me your address, your name. I will call your name. Oh, my man, somebody send me $15. Kimbolu, $15. Yeah, I'll take 15. I'll call your name too. 609-649-4206 is the number. You'll be there to like Gibson just to call her name. She pay $100 every week. I'll make sure I call your name, and every week you pay. My man, Jeremiah, I don't believe Jeremiah Thompson. He said he was sent $1,000. I mean, I lie about it. I don't believe Jeremiah. I think Jeremiah lying. Yeah, sometimes they think that error. I think Jeremiah, you said 1,000. Jeremy, Congo man's son, 150. I mean, but you're send the thing. I get my phone. I get my story. Oh, I mean, people saying no. People paying. So Congo man's son. Let me call the number again. Yeah? At least let me eat something. 609-649-4206. I will call your name every week. Please send your cash app to 609-649-4206. Vera Wiley says she's sending $20, James. Vera, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vera. Thank you. Justin Weir said he's sending $100. Mohammed Dolly. Oh man, they weren't looking scary. The guy said he sent $500. I'm scared. That got serious.
I'm
The
serious.
man put me selling Dion. Yeah.
I'm not looking serious.
Yeah, this is serious. People paying.
Of course.
Wow. Man,
So you saw this?
Huh?
You saw this?
Which one? Yeah, but man, Jeremy, by that man, look, I don't know if I would believe that man, but the man said he was selling, but I know, but man, I put that man down, but Kev, I'm surprised people sending me money.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I'm say person, we have re-election show and your cash out will be heavy every day. I mean, but don't put me in a situation I can't handle right now. For the first one, leave me alone. No, but seriously, Facebook user say he will send me data. I take data on Facebook. I take data. Helena Flomo says, Stanton, I will call your name too. Please send me. Helena, the battle behind you not easy. You better force someone to say $100. You know what I mean, Helena?
This will go.
$200 if you call Cummings' name every week. No, the other T-side, bro. So, but my man, Cummings' name, we call him Cummings' name, but it can come in win election at the question. But let's go ahead. Okay, folks, we're about to close this show. If you know you want to be the Tiola Gibson and you want to send 609-649-4206, send a cash app. Charlene, LRB, how much you sending, Charlene? Send a cash app. Marima said, Marima Kabab, she's sending $80. Marima said she's sending $80. 609-649-4206. We got about 1 more minute to go. We are asking you, send it over. It's good to know you guys sending the money. Barma, we said thank you for the $80. Ayo, Benete sending $20. Ayoba sending $20. But Kev, Tiola did something good, my man. Tiola did something good.
I must admit that, yeah, she did something good.
I mean, for real, look. Philip Ballard, look at Philip Ballard. The man sent it, $25. People sending the money. Hey, my people. Vic Jet says, $75. My Vicky. Thank you all. You know, we usually don't do this thing, but Atiola want us to do it. She said if you call people name, it's like they should contribute to the network. And you know, so again, we want to say, Fedibara, I received your $25. Thank you very much. I must acknowledge that I receive it. You know, so let me calculate how much we received tonight. And since we are full on the set tonight, we will share. I will be fair with you guys, right? I will be fair with you guys. We are full on the set tonight. Okay, somebody said I'm gonna call my Romeo. It's 609-649.
Everything to now.
4206. My man, where me collect my money? 609-649-4206. And I want to appreciate every one of you that's sending the money. We want to say this will help the folks. Mohammed Kane, thank you for the $50, my brother. And thank you for always watching, Mohammed. You're a very good man. Charlene LRB, $25. We want to say thank you, Charlene. Thank you. And somebody called my man and said, put my same money, then they call him. Let me hear what the person say. Kev, read the number, my man. Let me put some more money back.
Your number? Okay. Let me read it. 609-4206.
Oh God.
What I want. 609-649-4206. 609-649-4206. So that's it. Aaron, you can post it the number.
I mean, picking it up doing good, man. The number that he said no, they won't post it.
It's 609.
He get to for his end.
No, yeah. So Deconti said, please credit me 50. Deconti will take it for that. You want us to give you money? We're not giving you money. Yeah, you can send the LD. Freeman say he want to send Liberty. Send Liberty, Freeman. We want to say thanks to many of you that have decided to contribute to this great program. You know, I don't know what we do with the money. So, guys, we have collected over 530 something dollars just in splits that people sell us money.
I suggest Aaron, who in Liberia, that his luck.
No, for what? Aaron, look at eat the money. Remember what you said, what? What Aaron
Let's share the money.
You gotta put cash out, James. All right, if we collect $700, then maybe we'll send more to Aaron because this thing is good. The number is 609. My man, hey, James, bye. You making it put in to go by. James, hurry or by. You know, one make Kev. If you vest with Kev Hassan tonight, put money in the cash app. If you you're not happy with Kev Hassan, put money in the cash app. This thing is good. Look at Jerry. Jerry Nelson. Jerry B. Nelson sent $20 again, man. We gotta acknowledge the people, my man. You know. My man, DJ Blue need not popping up. Somebody said they send the money, but DJ Blue. Put in my phone number 609-649-4206. Don't send it to DJ Blue. He said to DJ Blue will get very hero. Phineas sent $20. Hey, my sister. I want to say thank you. You will see my name, Stanton Witherspoon. You will see it. It's not hard. That's my phone number. Charlene Gurley, $25. You see it? We don't do this so often. We don't do the Emmanuel Smith sending $10. Eman. Thank you, Eman. It's good.
That's what you gotta hear.
I couldn't highlight that, man. I say he sent 10, but I didn't revise it though. You know. Atiola started it and she sent $100, so everybody followed. You know, the ANC people know how to raise money, Kev. So that's a good thing. Yeah. So guys, it's 7:22. We're here for another 2 minutes. We want to say please. The number is up. Kambilo, the number is up. Musu Cooper, that's my sister. My Musu, we see your own yo. You say you sent it. Something just came in. This is Edward. Oh, Edward Nipe. Edward Nipe sent $50. How many people respect the show? Is a lot of people sending money? Julie Rambo. But why you own no money, Julie? You come to your show picture yet? You can tell Kev to credit you and send it. Yeah, man. Julie Rambo, why you own no money? So guys, listen, we're about to go. We have raised, we want to say thanks to every one of you that contributed to the program. We usually don't do this, but because Kev made me mad tonight, so I had to do it. I will use this money for the good of the team. Don't put me in situation, I beg you. I mean, you mean that you know other people sending me some money said. Wait. Jara here sent $20. Jara sent $20. Jara sent $20. Sylvester sent $25.
I heard a station. This local station.
Man, but let everybody sending money, my man. Don't do that, man. We're trying to hold out, picking it up. We got 1 more minute, Jim. You're not only money. Let your own with God, Jim. And you know,
Jim got a
check him out, guys. You have to put the number in correctly. 609-649-4206. Most of you guys sending money. Julie Rambo, you send money all the time. Then you asking you send money for what? Well, what's wrong with Julie Rambo? So just sending money will tell you for what. But we want to say we raised a lot of money though, guys. We raised a lot of money. Leroy, I know Leroy was coming in. Leroy sent $10. Leroy sent $10. We are raising this money because we don't know what we're raising it for. That's all. We're raising the money because we don't even know what we're raising the money for. But just send your money. We're gonna take this money.
I would say
We're gonna take the money because Aaron Kuban is in studio. Aaron said he finished with his semester, and guess what happened? He completed the semester. He passed. He took his exam. He passed. He got to pay for the second semester coming up. So everything we raise in James is not in Liberia, so we won't worry about James Goudet. And every money we raise tonight, we're gonna go ahead and send it to pay Aaron's school fee for the semester. Let's give Aaron a big clap. Aaron, all the money we raised tonight and more coming. Let's try to highlight Ali Kato Zonik. Want to say thank you very much. Everything tonight. Everything tonight, we're going to take care of Aaron's school fee. We're going to take care of Aaron's school fee. Man, Vera sent $20. Mountain, Zenwe sent $20. We want to say everything you send, we will pay Aaron's school fee. We have to do this. Josephine, I waiting for your own. Don't say that's nice. My number up. You get my number, Sister Josephine. Please send your own contribution. If it is more, Aaron will pay the other semester school fee. So Aaron will be school free. Okay? So we're doing this for Aaron. I don't know why we're doing it, but thank you for joining. We want to say, I'm already laughing. Aaron up in school fee?
I know what you laughing for.
Jay, you're trying to hustle right, Jay.
I'm happy.
So let me say something. Josephine, where were you? The cash out number is up 609-649-4206. Everything we collected tonight is a lot. I must tell you, I'm not going to hide this thing. It's a lot. We're going to send it to Aaron. Aaron will pay the next semester school fee. Aaron, how much for the next semester school fee? How much? Let's see what I wish I would go for you tonight. How much? How many classes?
The reason James is laughing is because I'm in year.
Huh?
So, I'm in year. So
what they call you?
Kev, LU, University of Liberia. Yeah.
Oh, you in LU? So you don't pay school fee?
Yeah. No,
except for he pay about $2,550.
Yeah, except for
okay. So we'll save the money. You will find other students that got to pay that $2,000. We'll share with them.
You coming cause trouble, CEO. I beg you, coming cause trouble.
I don't care what Aaron pay. Kev, let's settle this thing now. I don't care if Aaron pay or he doesn't pay. We send the money to Aaron, correct? He gets decide. He can decide what he want to do. No. We send the money to Aaron. The people appreciate you, Aaron Kuban. As your good luck is there from sheep luck. Like everybody said the thing they say. Yeah, the people appreciate you. Look at people still sending money.
Okay, Johnson, because you won't put our station in today tomorrow.
Prince Star send money. We want to say, listen, man, wherever you are, please. I got 2 missed calls already. Yeah, what we collected today, let me just say this to you. It's in good faith. Josephine, will you send money? Thank you, man, Josephine. Josephine and myself used to work together as a nurse. I used to give her a hard time. I was her charge nurse on the floor. Josephine is a very, very decent worker, hard worker, a good. She's a better nurse than me. She's a hard working nurse, and she sent $20 to the contribution tonight. We appreciate you, man, Josephine, and my own sister. So I want to say to every one of you, thank you for your contribution. We'll take this money and send it over to Aaron Kuban. Aaron, I logo. I log, my man. What, Aaron? You know how many gonna eat again? Aaron, you know how many gonna eat? Just take a guess.
I think it's around 759, right? I think.
Aaron, you know how many guys?
Yeah, he's a Ross.
I mean, don't believe so. The guy that say 1,000, I 1,000 in kind. They got on lying. Let's talk about the serious people that send money. Aaron, you getting? I will not disclose it because Good said I shouldn't disclose it. Maybe I will send Good later. But Kev
He's just
Hassan,
trying to calculate. He's just calculating.
Kev, I'm picking 800 tonight. I don't think you need to get paid.
Yeah. No, he
This
gets
is
to
double the picking pay. It's double the pay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but that is day. That is day.
Wow.
You know that one day that you can wake up your day good.
But Aaron,
your bill was crashing, right?
Let's say this to you, Aaron. We want to appreciate you and everyone else that work on Spoon. And you know, this thing that we're doing, I just thought it was a joke. But the people raise money for you, and we're sending money to you. Okay? Thank you. Good job.
Yeah.
And we hope the money help with your school fee, your books, your research paper, your transportation, everything else. And I hope it help. I hope you be wise and use the money wisely. We want to say thanks to all of our many followers. And you know, this is what we need to do to help the young men and women. Thank you very much, Aaron Kuban. Thank you very much, James Gude Flomo. Thanks to all. Philip Paswa, no thank you to you because you won't give. We want to say thanks to all of you. We appreciate you. Kefiko, my government, my country, my people. Thank you, Kev. Have a good night.
Okay, folks. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone for participating on the show. Geez, what is it? The show already ended. So bye bye. Thanks to everyone for sending in to the Cash App. Thanks to the CEO. And thanks to the entire team. I'll be back here on Wednesday. Hopefully tomorrow another team will be here. Please keep following Spoon TV. Bye bye for mine.
Tell you what is happening in